Right, so you're in Bryn Shander. Yarborough has managed to get his suit fixed and has some spare parts and a new best friend. And basically, you need to get him and his 5 goblin escort back to Carterlock. The goblins are looking like Japanese tourists, where they're pointing enthusiastically at everything, and they realise that not everybody's trying to kill them. They're giving them some funny looks, but after a few people give them actual hot food and real beer, not just like fermented mice, they're
took a shine to normal people.
Yeah, so you know when like people sort of get corrupted by civilization, these 5 goblins, for instance, seem to be well up for this like peace lark.
I would like to Fredo them for like the time we're in town, literally take them to every bar, get them drunk, get them the best food, literally go absolutely nuts, show them the best places, set things up where people are overtly nice to them. I want them to go back and be like, oh, this is brilliant.
The pub, it's like, it comes in pints? No, it comes in pitches.
Yeah, I'm going to Fredo the shit out of them.
And we're going to take a load of frozen like fish and whatnot off Dualdi and that back up with and soup, frozen soup as well.
Dualdi and a whole bunch of frozen soup. Yes, so you've got the cauldron set up in the Temple of Lathander, I remember, and you just tell them to start making soup, even if there's not enough people to feed, to just freeze it so you can make care packages or whatever.
Yeah. Basically, this is the peace. This is the peace process. In fact, I was going to get in touch with Israel because this is a good idea. But by the by, but basically, I'm going to sell this idea to the chief of the what, right? And I'm going to be like, look, you know that they're not going to raid if their bellies are full, and if they raid, we'll just stop feeding them; they'll starve to death. So it's a good thing.
Well, that does seem like a good idea, but I'm taking your word for it. So you're kind of responsible for these green skins.
Oh, fine.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do in town before you head out with Yarborough?
Yes.
You're going to, well, let's say
level up.
The first thing the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll to see if everybody makes it through the lottery alive. So I'm going to request you all.
Oh shit!
Just put the pelts in to be pelted.
To be pelted, yes.
Can we go and find out? I want to ask around town if anyone knows where we can find a ice roll there.
Okay. Right. So first, I'm going to ask you to roll a d20. If anybody gets a 1, then you roll a d100, and if you get 1 on that as well, you are called up for sacrifice.
Then it just rolled off a 1. Thank God.
Man, I wanted to be sacrificed.
Oh.
Should I volunteer to get sacrificed just to refuse to die? This is how
You are
bloody Humacti, for God's sake.
Yeah, go on, take your best shot.
So you turn up at the big like bingo like event where they've got this massive cauldron full of chits, which is then to pull people out and call the name. There's a bit of crying, some stoicism.
When they're doing this, can we be right at the front? And I am basically shit-eyeing the guy who's doing the draw.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see if he's palming any of the things in.
Do you know? Okay. Oh, we'll best have some perception check, haven't we? Oh, perception roll.
Someone 20 this because I want to get this at. I haven't started an uprising in this game yet.
Right, so you carefully watch the representative from the Children of Oral, and but he doesn't appear to harm any of the chitties. It looks to be all legit.
You know, how do they kill them? Do they send them out in the snow?
Yeah, they take all of their cold weather clothing off and send them out, and the city gates are locked. That's why the city gates are locked on the night, so that nobody can go out and help them.
Okay, how many are there?
It's normally just the one. So they pull one name out.
Who is it?
Who is it? It's a random NPC dude. How important they are, we'll roll a D100 and we'll find out. Huh?
Earl?
Yeah?
I could always cast Zone of Truth and go, did you palm that?
We'll start a riot if we do this. Like, absolute hell on.
Hilarious.
They'll tear the bloody city down.
I'm up for that.
55, middle of the road. So it's a middle class citizen.
Got a family.
Who I'll say a 50-50 chance. What, 10 family? No, they have no family.
I think we need to save them.
Are these guys who picking the names? Are their names in the pot as well? Do we know?
Everybody's name is supposed to be in the pot.
Oh,
You
If it's
have
for
to
oral, I
you
think
have to
we-
register when you're coming in on that day. You have
I
to
think we need to
register with Bryn
feck
Shander.
oral off.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I've got a
people.
really good idea for the next one, guys. How would we like it if the guy who's pulling the lottery pulls his own name? I can guarantee
Oh,
it.
that would be good.
Right, next one, he's pulling his own name, and we'll just sit back and go, well, that's even-handed. Are we going to save this guy or not?
Yeah.
I'll do it so that no one else gets in trouble.
And how, pray tell, are you planning on saving this guy?
Oh, it's dead easy. When it gets late, I'll hop over the wall, meet him outside, pitch the tent, and sit in the tent with him overnight. Then I'll smuggle him back into the town. Oh no, we can't smuggle him back into the town.
You can't smuggle him back into the town.
Take him to Lonelywood, though.
What are
He
you?
can join our group.
Take him to a different town.
Yeah, take him to
Yeah.
Lonelywood.
Lonelywood, we've got this pub right in Lonelywood that needs some labouring doing. He doesn't have a trade, does he? He wouldn't be by chance a carpenter because that would be really convenient.
This is the point where I trade you a Benny for
Can I have
a
a
barman.
penny for a barman?
I've got a. I wonder if it's on table. So hang on, where the hell is it? I've got an NPC generator thing, and
because it's amazing that his long lost brother, identical twin, turned up just at the right time.
Can't find it.
Yeah, we'll have to put them into, what is it? Protective custody, where you give them a new identity and all that.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Or you could pretend like in LO that he's long lost twin.
Your head's been out forth as Bob.
I would be in a horror movie, obviously, even if I'm a girl.
So yeah, it's let me see if I can just find this little thing. Oh, we'll worry about that later. I've got so many stupid windows open, and then you go and ask me,
have you got the random job
have
generator?
I got the random job generator? I do actually on Inspiration Pad Pro, because I wrote it. But just get you a set of casting heroes.
You must have
Legend.
known Bill was going to ask you this.
Yes. Oh no. Oh no. Household occupation. He's a human fellow. Household occupation. Engineer. Tinker or mad inventor.
Oh, wow! Brilliant!
Wow.
Right.
And I have his personality traits and everything.
Don't tell us in, because I am going to. Can you put enough gear together for a rescue package for this guy, Toscobble? And I'll pop over the wall.
I need to print the
grab it.
results first, so I'll print a PDF so that we have him. Rime NPC. Oh God, yeah.
Do you want to come with us, Corin, just in case we lose him and I need to track him down in the blizzard?
And then I need to get his name, which is why do I have to do all these things?
It's Aloysius.
Archaic male. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
12.
1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hardwick, but with an E on the end. Hardwick.
Yeah.
Hardwick Kirkman the Burly, the Tinkerer / engineer type. I'll put his name in the clues. So yes.
Right, me and Toscobble will hop the wall, find him in the blizzard, drag him to one side, pitch the tent, light the fire, keep him safe, and then when we head out, we'll smuggle him out with us.
Maybe give him a spare set of coal oven.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you're going to need to give me a persuasion roll, because these people actually believe they're doing good. So I'm going to request a persuasion roll. I'm going to give you advantage because there's two out here. Yes. So you this is done at midnight, and the gates are opened, and he's already blue and shivering as the strip is covered with the clothing. But he has no family to say goodbye to. 20, nice. So you find this man slugging his way towards Myrtledon.
I'll turn around and go, all right, looks bloody cool.
What are you doing out here? Nobody's supposed to be outside the city tonight.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, we've been sent to rescue you. You see,
by who?
We can't say. We have a mystery benefactor, and I'll make the sign of Lathander with me hand, the circle.
Yeah.
And say, can you pitch the tent, please, Mr. Cobble?
Not a problem. Tent pitching beginning now.
I'll wrap a cloak round him, and I'll use prestidigitation to warm him up slightly.
Yeah. It may have been, if you were planning this, it'd been better to buy some extra cold weather clothing and bring some out with you.
Well, we probably will. How much is a set of cold weather clothes?
10 GP.
I'll pay for a set. I'm sure we can pick a set up in the time between them enjoying your last drink.
But if the Frost Maiden should kill everybody.
No, she really won't. You see, they think you're dead, and I think you'll find that if you're alive and tomorrow not everybody dies, it proves this is a load of shit, right?
I'm not sure how sacrifices work, but
Well, exactly. Trust me, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to smuggle you with us for a few days, and then we're going to drop you off at our place in Lonelywood, and you're going to start a new life there.
Okay, I guess.
And you'll be warm.
Yeah, well, you'll be warm in our inn.
So
And I'll put my arm around. I understand you're a tinkerer. We've just been talking about fantastic things.
Well, it says engineer, tinkerer, man. I would say he's like a odd job man. So he does like a bit of carpentry, a bit of plumbing, a bit of like.
We've got an inn that needs fixing up. We'll even pay you, and you can stay there. You're saying you're too good to waste now. Here, have some nice warm soup. Would you like some brandy with that?
He looks at this bowl of soup, which is filled with lamb and pork and beef and leek and potatoes, and he's like, his eyes like light up and his mouth drools as he's never seen such a feast in about 2 years. And he wolfs it down and looks much happier for it.
It's very important that you don't tell anyone that you were supposed to die, because people get a bit botty. So just stay in the tavern, fix the tavern up. We'll leave you some money to get sorted, and I'll have a word with the lassie who runs the town. You'll have to hang around with us for a few days. It'll probably be safe. You can just hang around and look after the dog, all right?
Okay, he says. Thank you. I just hope you're right. If the Frostman kills everybody, then. But if the Frostman doesn't kill everybody, what? All these sacrifices have been in vain. We've just been killing people for no reason.
Yep, pretty much. And if that turns out to be the case, well, we'll get a bit of payback for that as well next time round. And I'll put my feet up next to Tosgobble, and I'll be like, I'm Sandwin, this is Mr. Tosgobble. Pleased to meet you. You're Mr. Kirkman, right?
Yes, Kirkman.
I take it he's completely dumbfounded.
He is completely, yes. His found is completely dumbed.
Yeah, well, we'll meet the caravan heading out, because we're heading back to the goblins, aren't we, tomorrow? So we'll just have them skid past and pick us up.
Yeah, so that's not a problem. So that you spend the night out with Mr. Kirkman, Hardwick, the gentleman's called, and you head. The rest of you, obviously, you were privy to this plan, but you stay in town with the dogs and the goblins. Is there anything you buy in before you're leaving in the morning? Or is there anybody you're going to see?
Well, I'll perform that ritual to bound my Warhammer to us.
Right.
And I'll cast. I've bought a couple of pack incense, so I'll resummon my what you called earlier.
Okay. Tracy, is there anybody you want to see or anything you need to do before the night is out?
I think I'll resummon my familiar as well in the form of an owl again.
Okay, and you mentioned the golem thing.
Yes, I have a word with Spellix about the golem and my intention, if it's possible to alleviate you of the golem if I can get it working.
Well, if you can get it working, there's nobody over there obviously that has seen anything like it, and I didn't have anybody I could ask about it. So we weren't in a big population centre like this.
Well, I do have the ability to detect magic emanations and basically to learn the nature of such magical devices, including activation words and so forth. So I'm hoping that that'll gleam as the activation code to activate it.
Ah, right. He says there's not any kind of specialist in town who deals in magics or something like that we could ask. It doesn't seem to be a normal golem. A normal golem is usually built out of...
We could have a word with a friend of mine, Lady Greysteel. Sorry, Davy?
Well, there's that bloke who supplies port and, of course, Danica.
Yeah, Lady Greysteel. She normally was in the tavern about this time. We'll probably be able to catch her there. We can go and see what she has to say. She might have some advice other than... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where we'll pop and go and see her then.
All right, so you're going to see Danica and Wiegand, and describing the golem, I'll give her an arcane roll. She's not familiar with it. She says if I'd managed to meet up with some of my higher level companions, they may have heard of it.
Well, explain to her that a bit about the hidden, because I've mentioned about the hidden tower. She knows about that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And that it was found collapsed some distance as though it was coming away from that direction. So I'm not sure if it's a one-off or whether there's more like it, or if it was just a coincidence that it was a short distance from that particular area on the map.
Oh, Dazan, what part of the reason he'd come here, he'd mentioned to somebody that he was looking for a tower specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, towers are 10 a penny. It's not something that I took a lot of notice of, but Dazan was definitely looking for a tower.
Yes, unfortunately, he was the gentleman that was burnt, I believe, that we told you about.
Yes, it's sad.
So sadly, I can't ask him, because otherwise it would have been quite a conversation, I dare say.
I sadly will not get to speak to him now.
Well, I'll let you know how.
Dead.
There is speak with dead, yes. We need the body.
That's going to be a bit difficult. He's probably gone to the four winds now. But I'll let you know how I get on anyways. I'll not mention anything about the guy that's outside the gate, but I will when we meet up with Sanwin and Hardwick and all that. I'll mention it to him, because he and I dare say I'm going to get on with him like a house on fire, sitting talking shop all the time.
Yeah.
About stuff. So I'll mention it to him. He might be able to give us some hints or tips.
Okay, well, Hardwick is currently out hidden in the tent.
Yeah, I'll catch him in the morning when the next day when we head out with a caravan. I'll put it to him about this golem device.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's much else I need to do other than summon me pet. So I need to knock 10 gold off. Yeah.
If you want to buy some incense, it's 10 gold a shot. If you want to carry some spare with you. She says, have you tried that crazy looking fella that runs the magic shop? He seems to run across a lot of different things. I'm not sure they're all entirely legal, but if I can meet up with any of the Arcane Brotherhood, I will certainly ask about this strange golem. Spellex has described that it's not all built out of one part like a normal golem. It seems to be a fitted suit over a framework rather than a traditional golem.
That means somebody could wear it.
Oh, you don't know. All you've done seen is hanging 15 feet in the air, so you haven't examined it closely. But yeah,
I've got to have a mech.
So you could consult Howell.
Yeah, go on.
So as you enter Howell's shop, you see the dingy array of books and potion bottles arranged about, and the little bell on the desk, currently slumped over next to the till. Perhaps you think he's dead, and then a loud snore raises from his lips that causes masses of hair to vibrate.
Apologies for startling you.
He jumps and he goes, I'll get the money tomorrow. And then he breaks into a big beaming smile and says, a customer, what can I get for you?
I would like some advice if possible. It's of a particular unusual nature, and I'll explain about this golem device, this inert golem figure, and ask, would it be a case of detecting magic and identifying a command word, or would it be of some other kind of nature? And I'll explain that, what it looks like, and that it appears to be like a giant suit, I suppose. You could for one word or another.
So he suddenly a light bulb goes on above his head almost, and he goes, hang on a minute, I'm sure I've had one of them in one of my books. And he goes down underneath the counter. You hear the sounds of throwing things left and right. Pulls out a dusty old tome, which he blows, and a great cloud of dust springs up from it, causing you both to break out into a fit of coughing. He licks his lips and he says, I had that Arcane Brotherhood fella in, asking about something like this, asking to look through my books, and I'm sure it's in here somewhere. And he flips the heavy pages one after the other, and then there's a crudely drawn image of what could be that golem, or at least very similar. And he goes, "Oh, that's not a golem. That's an arcane guardian."
Ooh.
And his eyes light up, and you can see the gold coins dancing in his head. He goes, "They're only rumoured. There's been hardly any ever found, and even fewer in working conditions. You need the guardian amulet. They were built long ago by an ancient civilization to act as guardians of wizards. And if you can find the activating amulet, it will follow you about and obey your commands. But if the person using the activating wizard amulet is a wizard, rumour has it you can cast a spell into the guardian, and the guardian will store the spell for you."
Oh, is there any chance I could purchase that book from you with all the information in it?
No, I couldn't sell this book. This was handwritten by halflings down in Chult, using rare ink squeezed from the mango fruit trees.
Do you mind if I make some notes out of the book, personal, like for my own personal needs?
No, not at all. While you're here, would you be interested in any potions, salves, something for the weekend, perhaps?
How much are your healing potions, healing salves?
50 gold pieces, the finest healing potions. My secret is I put a little pinch of cinnamon in there, takes the stinging edge off.
And is it a one-shot potion for 50 gold
Well,
pieces?
yes, you have to drink it, I'm afraid, yes.
And what about the salve?
Well, it's the same thing, but it's got added candle wax to make it a bit thicker. He says, but you'll never find the activating amulet. Finding an arcane guardian's rare enough, but finding one with a working activation amulet is. There's been maybe 1-2 in the last 100 years.
And what does this activating amulet look like? Is there a description?
I don't have a description. I just know from these notes it says that they need an amulet. And they're paired with an individual amulet. You can't just use anyone and reset the Bluetooth, as it were. But I assume you'll purchase the incense and stuff from Howarth for summoning your familiar.
Yes, I have. I've knocked off the 30 gold already.
So he gets you the finest incense you'll find in Bryn Shander. And
I've purchased 30 gold's worth, so I'll have 2 lots spare after I've cast it.
I like to imagine he unwraps a large wax package and it's cutting off like marzipan, but he slices off a bunch of incense for you. So buys it in bulk at the dealers and sells it on to you, passing the savings on to the customer.
Can I trust you to keep this information regarding the Arcane Guardian a secret?
He says, well, I can be forgetful now and again, if you get my meaning.
I'll give him 10 gold pieces. Hopefully that'll help him, his memory.
Lovely. Yeah. What were we talking about? We certainly weren't talking about this book, as he slams the book shut and stuffs it under the counter again after you'd made your notes.
Yeah.
This is where Latesh just goes, "Hey, sir," and I'll just stick me to the door and go, "What?" He's like, yes, I'll definitely forget about it.
Well, you guys are getting quite famous, remember? So everybody knows your name. You're like Cheers, but with swords.
Right.
Hammers.
And if you do come across any information or to that effect, when I get back here, I'll pop my head in and see if anybody's been asking about it, and can you just give us the heads up?
Absolutely, of course. Lantesh, you are my favourite customer. You know that.
Yeah, I bet you say that to all the ladies, and I'll just laugh. Yeah. Anyways, I'll not keep you. I'll let you get back to. I know you're very busy,
Yes, of course. Yes. And my regards to the rest of your team. Yes,
certainly. No doubt they'll be in your shop next time we're passing. But we do have a lot of work to do. We've got a few tasks in hand, a few jobs on the book, so to speak. But I will let you know how I get on. No doubt that would make a very interesting addition to the tome. Up to update the information, so to speak.
Oh yes,
the knowledge in that.
If you manage to find one of those, I'd love to get a look at it. To get a look at it.
I could make that possible. That's a possibility. But I'll bid you adieu, and I'll see you later.
Farewell, and If you permit him, he will give you a kiss on the hand. If not, he will wave goodbye to you.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind him being polite.
And
So
you head back out
Yeah.
to the inn, presumably.
yes,
So, Aisha, are you doing anything? And Ben, or are you just heading to the inn?
I want to restock the rations that we're carrying.
That's not a problem. You can just buy anything you want. You can get a 10% discount if you buy it from the Black Blade who sell standard adventuring gear. So anything you want to buy from the standard list, just do that. We don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
And what are you planning on doing? Because you've got quite the collection now. You have a cargo sled, but the dogs are quite close to their weight limit. And you've got 5 goblins in the back as well now. Dogs eat 3 rations a day if you've got 6 dogs. If you grab another 2 dogs, then they'll be eating 4 rations a day.
I think we should get another 2 dogs. Like
That'll increase your towing capacity by £640, and you can just basically hang goblins on the side of this sled or whatever.
I agree with this.
Richie, can you add me out of the combat tracker?
I can
Cheers.
do that because I have been.
And Davey
Bat.
might want his added. His
Bat.
little pet. He's bat.
Little
What?
Ying.
Little. Oh yeah.
I think they just, there you go. I need to add a bat as well. So I need to find a bat. The owl is unconscious, apparently. Interesting.
Are there any polar bears in this region?
You mean tamed ones? Or
No,
just-
not any.
Oh yeah, there's polar bears knocking about. They don't tend to come as close to 10 towns though. Once you get out into the wild, you can run into a few.
Just a slight side thing. I've just seen the best headline I have ever seen, and it reads: Polar bears use ice blocks and boulders to bludgeon unsuspecting walruses on the head.
God, I love God.
Apparently, they sneak up behind them and drop rocks on the walruses to kill them.
Okay, wow.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, hang on. Here we go. There's a bat as well. Davy's bat.
How am I getting on with that hair? By the way, is it?
Can I have some animal handling rolls? Because yours is Andy. Yeah, actually, give us 2 animal handling rolls, both of you, because yours is getting on quite well. A 12 and a 16. Okay, that is. Yeah, Andy, it's not fully tamed yet, but it is sort of hand tamed where you can feed it, and
Champion.
it's making progress. Tracy, can you give me a couple of animal handling rolls?
What? Just drop the D20 in the box.
No, just click on your animal handling skill on your character sheet.
I have. Oh, right, on my character sheet. All right.
On your skills bit. I know I usually just send the thing. And another one. So 18's a pretty good one. Right, okay. So your hair will now follow you about and not run away, although you can't give it commands or anything yet.
Right,
So you
no
can
worries.
actually let it off the leash for a little bit without it running away.
Awesome.
I like the way you just carry rations around in case we run out.
I'll just have to make sure Andy's not going to try and eat it because he'll eat anything.
He's got a suit now.
I may eat anything, but I'm not a bunny boiler.
Andy's just going to buy.
Oh, God.
Andy's just going to buy like 20 wineskins and fill them with soup because it's cold, so you can just freeze it. You can just carry about bags of soup.
Yeah, I'll just help oversee the rest of the night and that so that we're ready to crack out there first thing tomorrow.
So are you 3 getting a room in Brinshanda in the inn?
Yeah.
Right, so 1 or 2 gold pieces, depending on whether you want a bath or not.
Oh, I'll have a bath. Got to have a bath.
And advance the calendar 1 bit. Right, as you're going through the pub, you hear everybody exclaiming and clanking of drinks together. And you overhear one of the patrons say, "Well, this new bloody mead, it looks damn queer, but it seems to be working out lovely. It tastes nice."
New mead? I'll go and purchase a flagon of mead.
The barman
What the
said,
hell are they talking about?
we're finally getting a new shipment from Good Mead through. And it's weird. And it's got a red tinge to it,
Oh, don't like the idea of this.
but it tastes delicious. You
I'm not
sip it,
drinking
you,
anything that
you
looks-
sip it gingerly, but it's like mead. It's like a red tinge. He says that they've changed the recipe. I don't know what they've done, but they seem to have changed the recipe.
Yeah.
Where was this mead from?
Good Mead. Came in the caravan fresh this morning.
I'm looking at used too and thinking I'm not liking this. Seems a bit weird. Red mead. I'm not drinking it.
Andy,
I'll
Andy
offer.
discussed it with you.
I'll offer me flagon.
Lantes,
Mhm.
why do a ritual identify on the meat, to be sure?
I'll take the flagon up to my room and first of all detect magic on it.
It's not magical.
And if I identify it, would it give us the ingredients or?
No, that identifies just for identifying magical items.
Yeah.
You need an alchemist or something like that, maybe.
Oh, I'll go and see my friend at the shop. Hi, I'm back.
He says, well, I haven't seen you for ages, and then you come just as I'm about to close up.
Sorry about that. Sorry to bother you. But what's this with this new mead? I don't know if you've heard about it, but it looks rather
Everybody's raving about it, he says.
Strange. And I'm a bit unsure about partaking in this matter. I wonder if you could have a look at it and discern what's in it.
Certainly, I'll subject it to the most rigorous of alchemical tests. And he leans over, dips his finger in it and goes, it's nice, that. That's Mead, that is.
Oh, God, no.
I can test the rest if you like.
Yeah, but I would like to know what they've put in it to make it this colour and, why it's got this supposed very appealing flavour that everybody's raving about. I was a bit worried that that it'd been tampered with.
What, vampire blood added to it to make all the people who drink it more sensitive harm.
Well, I'm always a bit careful about what I eat and drink. You can't be too careful.
That's right.
With what I've seen and
right. He says, "I tell you what, pour it into this jar, and I'll not drink it at all. I'll test it, and I will let you know in a few days what I find out."
Okay, right.
Where did you buy this? He says it is quite nice.
At the whichever inn I was staying at, can't remember.
The
which
Northlook, I think you're at, aren't you?
At the Northlook Inn.
Yeah. He says, I might have to get some extra samples myself later on.
I would urge you to be careful though, just in case it is of a charming nature, if you know what I mean. Be very careful.
He taps himself on the side of the nose and winks at you and says, yes.
Right, okay. And
he goes and casts a spell and pulls this like bent wand out that looks like it's been self-carved out of a bit of tree and waves it above and pronounces magical symbols and says, well, it's not detecting this magical or anything.
No, it didn't look that way when I checked it, but sadly I'm not a master of the alchemical ways. I'm not as like skilled like yourself from that point of view to be able to discern what properties the mead has. I just want to be on the safe side, and make sure that I've got to have sound sense of mind for me friends, because me friends will just eat and drink anything.
Rumour has it around here that people have eaten and drinking a lot worse than delicious tasting meat. Just saying.
Yeah, I know, but just in case it was anything that was mind control and anything, the worst springs to mind.
You can leave this with me.
I've got to keep me wits about it, about myself and for the rest of my friends, because like I say, that Corin will just eat anything, and I'll think back to him sitting beside that cauldron. Right.
Yes.
Okay. I'll bid him good night again. Say I'm sorry. I won't bother you anymore tonight. I'll let you get some sleep.
No. And he eyes the jar and he says, "No, I have apparently a lot of experimenting to do tonight."
Yeah.
Right. So, are you doing anything else, or are you calling it a night and then heading out in the morning? Because I'm not sure where you're all heading. So out. Where have you got Bob the mummy?
Oh, he was in. I think you left him in the inn, didn't we?
Are you just putting him in your room?
Sitting reading a book or something?
Yeah, you're putting him in your room with a book, a good book.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so the night passes without further incident, and you head out and pick up Corin and Salmon in the morning. So you now have a little procession. Have you bought an extra 2 dogs or not? Because it's 100 gold for 2 extra dogs.
I can't afford that just off my own
I'll
back.
stick 20 gold in each.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that you can't fit everybody in this sled, so the dogs wouldn't be able to pull it.
Yeah.
You've now got quite the menagerie, as it were.
I can put 20 gold gold in, that's for sure.
How much do you want?
20.
Right.
Yeah, there's 5 of you. 20 gold each will buy an extra 2 sled dog. Putting their food use up to 4 actions here. I give you all that lovely money and I take it away. And some GM was posting on the GM group going, well, the players are 4th level and money's no object now. And I'm like, you are definitely playing it wrong. Definitely. Right. So you buy 2 new sled dogs. Does anybody want to name them? I mean, they will already have names, but
Avarice.
Tintin.
Oh, your Tintin and Buffy.
Tintin and Buffy. Okay. And so your newfound procession, you head out into the wilderness. Now, where are you actually heading? You got a bunch of goblins, a mummy.
Can you throw the map up? Because I do have an idea, but it's a bit out there.
You can,
Well,
the dragon and the map in the top left-hand corner, you can drag and drop on your bar, so you can open the map
right.
yourself.
I was thinking, why don't we head to drop the goblins off, but on the way we could swing past Mead and just check the brewery.
Good plan. Was thinking the same myself.
Then we'll head and drop the goblins off. We could go through Duggan's Hole and check what's like there. Then head and drop the goblins off. Then head back to the ... Then up to the tower. That's the plan so far, unless change. So yeah, we'll head the goblin way, but we'll go down the east way and round to Mead first.
Okay, so you head along the road, presumably, because you can do 15 miles in 3 hours. Yeah, so you can make it to Mead, and then the dogs have to rest for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Along the road. The goblins hang on for dear lives. Some of them are hungover, and well, most of them are hungover, and they're fascinated by the sleds. So as you approach Mead, it is much as you left it last time.
Have they got a headman yet?
They have not got a headman yet. There are some guards guarding the roads and guarding the forest, but it's a lot more laid back now that the evil giant ogre has been dealt with.
I'll pull up and have a word with the guard.
Okay, so the sled pulls over. How are you going to explain this? Because you're leading a mummy on the back, even though he's in colour clothing, a bunch of goblins.
I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to wait until I ask.
I'm going to need a bio, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'll say to the guard captain type chap.
Evening there. It's the famous heroes. What can we do for you, sirs and gents? And he taps his hat and then looks at the goblins in the back and go, are you carrying prisoners?
Oh, no, these are guests. We're ratifying a peace treaty, so there'll be no more goblin raid.
Oh, he says, that'll be nice.
I was wondering, you couldn't give us the cine on the new Mead, would you? What's with the new colour?
Oh, he says, that's Brewmaster Glint. That's his idea. He's obviously you know that production was kind of interrupted. We had to rush a new quicker broom batch into thing. It's Brewmaster Glint. He's taking over the Speaker's house because we don't have a speaker yet. We're going to run elections pretty soon.
No problem. I'll pop and see him. I'll thank them. Thanks very much, lads, and we'll just breeze on through and head to the Speaker's house.
Very good.
I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi in the speeder.
You head to the Speaker's house. The goblins ooh and ah. The Mead again is warm because of the massive heat coming off the Mead Hall, and there's an incessant buzzing as you pull up to the large Mead Hall in the centre of town.
Right, I'll go and knock on the door.
Oh no, you go to the Speaker's house, aren't you?
Yeah, but he probably is at the Mead Hall, so we'll check the Mead Hall first.
Right, the Mead Hall is a combination pub brewery. It's
pub
warm,
first.
and as you push the door open, there's an extremely loud buzzing noise. And inside, you see mostly a few workers rather than patrons wandering around.
What was he called? Brewmaster
Glint.
I'll head over to the bar. Male or female?
Right, so you ask for Brewmaster Glint, who comes down the stairs, presumably from his office after a few minutes. The front of the mead hall is filled with casks of fermenting honey and mead. It smells of delicious spices and sweets and rich flavours. The buzzing of bees is a constant accompaniment. One hive sits on the end of the room, and even more bees fly up through the floorboards and the walls. Coming down the stairs is a tabaxi gentleman. He seems to be getting older in life as his fur is sort of white tipped in certain places. He looks to be of a lynx sort of build, and bits of his fur seem to be stuck with honey. He's got like an apron on. And he comes down and he says, I've heard you've asked for me. You're the heroes of Icewind Dale, apparently.
Well,
it's nice to speak to you. And
I'll give him my hand and shake his hand and say, hi. No, it's in position, really, sir. All it is, we're passing through. The new Meads hit Bryn Shander, and everyone's wondering why the change. Now, they're not against the change, but obviously it's taken everyone a bit out of left field. So I thought, since we're passing through, I'd come and check.
What about the rest of you? Are you doing anything? Because you're all quiet.
I'm just letting him do the talking, because he's a gobshite.
I'm keeping an eye on the sled.
Aisha and Ben?
Rich, can I just look back outside the door as if I'm looking for someone and cast Zone of Truth, which has got a 60-foot radius?
Yeah, you can absolutely cast Zone of Truth.
I will
I'm
do
back.
that because I'm not so. I think there's something dodgy going on.
What
I'm
can,
with you there.
what can you mean by that? That is a terrible thing to say. Zone of Truth has a saving throw, doesn't it? A 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range, basically.
Right, I
The
will.
range is
cast it.
60 feet. That's how far you can cast the
Yeah, I will cast it directly over where that tabaxi is.
Right, and he gets a saving throw, a charisma saving throw, okay, just so I know. Right, so like I said, patches of his fur is all stuck and gummed up with honey, but it doesn't look unusual because all of the workers are wandering about stuck, and they're all covered in honey as well. And he says, well, it's nice to meet you, I guess. I mean, obviously you came here and you helped us with the meat delivery the last time.
Well, it's just like I say, a few people got a little bit like, I wouldn't say spooked out, but it was concerning because with things going on around here as they are, they thought, oh God, is something else happening? And I said, well, we're nipping through, so we'll check it out. By the way, I'm going to be ruthlessly honest because my character's under Zone of Truth, which could be bad.
This could be bad indeed, couldn't it? You do get a saving throw if you try to lie, a DC 10 saving throw.
I haven't lied yet, but if I try to lie, I'll make me say it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We were having problems meeting with demand because of obviously the whole situation that's going on, the fact that everybody is freezing to death and what have you, and we needed a new supply, and it's just purely because of the type of honey that we're getting. We've got some new bees in, and everything is a little bit up in the air at the moment. But yeah, it's purely because of the bees. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no worries. So there's been like no ill effects or anything like that. No one's had like mad allergic react or anything.
Where did you get the new bees?
They're not killer bees.
Oh well, we breed bees. We breed bees in different breeds of bees. We keep and breed and crossbreed and that. And we did have some new bees that we kept in. We had more as a hobby than anything, but we've had to upgrade their status to prime production, and we managed to get them to breed as normal.
Oh right. Oh, that's brilliant. So what's so different about these newbies?
One thing you notice when you're walking through town is there's a lot of new posters up everywhere that have got "Do your part for good mead."
Oh no.
And things like that. He says, the special bees, they originally came from Chult, and they don't tend to, they don't live on flowers and nectar and things like that. They're,
What do they live
see
on?
this coming.
Okay.
he says, if I could just take you up to my office, perhaps, or take you to one side, it's a little delicate. I mean,
I'll step a couple of inches away and like lean forward conspiratorially. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too far out of the way.
he says, they call them vulture bees, and rather than normal bees, they tend to live on carrion, and so I've, as the temporary speaker, I've instituted a policy where the dead bodies, instead of being interned in graves and things, be utilised to breed bees.
If that's
Right.
round, you do know that no one's going to drink it, right?
He looks a bit surprised at telling you this, Earl, but this is probably the effects of the Zone of Truth.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll turn around and go, no one's going to drink it, and then they're going to send us down here to do something about it.
He
And then I'll
says-
pause and like think, why did I just say that?
Yeah. So both you and him are telling the truth. And he looks a little surprised at this, as if he's saying, hang on, why am I saying this? And he says, so we've had to institute a policy to commandeer it. I mean, we're not killing people. And he laughs at this. We're not killing people.
I laugh and go, because if you were to send us down to drag you out and make you get eaten by your own bees, and I laugh and go, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. He says, there's no dark sorcery. There's no. The mead is delicious. Yes, it has an unusual color, but some people say that adds to the actual, taste of the mead.
Do the speakers know you're doing this?
The speaker's dead. I'm temporary.
No. The speaker of the whatchamacallit?
No, we're autonomous in the dealing with bees. The speakers are quite happy as long as the pubs are getting delicious, filling honey made.
So what happened to the old bees then?
There just wasn't enough honey production. We still have the old bees. They hived off in separate places. They couldn't produce enough honey. I mean, the fact that Mead was stolen was basically just the icing on the cake. Like every other town and every other production facility, we are suffering, and we had to come up with new solutions for all the problems.
Well, I mean, it's not my place to approve or disapprove, but you better be a bit careful, because if this gets out, people are not going to drink it. So I would maybe try to think of a more in-the-box solution, if you can, because...
He says, well, quite frankly, we'd run out of resources, and because of our new inexhaustible supply of bee honey...
Inexhaustible supply?
Yeah, we'd like to know more about this.
He says, and you can see he's starting to fight because I've been rolling actual physical dice so that you weren't thinking. You can see that he's starting to fight with this, but he's just rolled a 7 on his save, and he's like, oh yeah, well, we only had a small amount of bees because obviously you're limited by the amount of carrion, so we needed a way to have an infinite amount of carrion, so we got the specimen and brought it, and it's locked up downstairs in the bunker. And then he's looking like, why am I telling you this?
What's the specimen?
I'm going to lean forward and use persuasion and say, look, better you tell us now, because if it comes out, they're going to send a friggin' army down here if he's up to anything stupid. Where I can see the situation you're in. You're making a solution to a problem. And let's face it, would they be more angry if there was no alcohol? Because I think they would. So I'm on your side here, in a way, but you kind of need to let us know what's going on. Because if you don't, when we report back, we're going to tell them what you've said. And you know what they're like.
He says, look, how about I just show you?
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
He says, you'll be perfectly safe. It's all chained up.
I like this idea, full stop.
I'll turn around and go, it's a troll, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Brilliant. Can I have a tart?
Kind of need it, but...
Well, it'll grow another one, won't it?
Allegedly, I'm not 100% sure.
I'll go and test it. It'll be fine.
So please, would you care to come downstairs and I'll...
Absolutely. No, this is such a great idea. I'll get me friends. Come on, guys. We're going downstairs to see
I quietly slip my warhammer out.
How do you quietly slip a warhammer out? The things are like 4 feet long with a massive iron head on them.
I fart while I'm doing it.
Fair enough. Seems legit. So he takes you guys, and I want to put this up there. I did it. I'm quite proud of me. Light. I'm going to put you in I'm going to pop you in the hub here so I can show off artifacts. There's the bee hall. There's a door to the back of the room where the big buzzing is coming from. And Beekeeper Glick is here somewhere in the little glint. Sorry, not Glick. Think of a completely Brewmaster Glint. It's like, yeah. If you, it's all above board. I mean, we're not doing any harm or anything. And he says, I would ask you to be careful as we go through this door, however, because there's some of the beehives are through here, and I don't want any of you to get stung. He walks to the back of the room, pops the door open, revealing inside a large bunch of kettles and barrels, and bizarrely the door that won't open. I want the door open, Richard. I am confused by this, so I will have to do this. Okay, see what happens. That's better. Right, so he opens the door at the back of the room, and inside you see large vats filled with steaming mead and honey, and bees lazily swarm about, flying up through the holes in the floorboard, and he leads you to the steps which go down, and he says, just follow me this way, it'll be absolutely fine, promise you. So as he leads you down, he leads you to a short dungeon type complex underneath, and behind the door at the end of the T-junction, I drew the doors in as lines, thinking that they would be easy to open, but no, they are not.
You appear to have left me behind.
I've also left someone behind.
I've appeared in
And I'm not on the map. I can't see anything. It's just black.
That's species twist.
Right, so don't worry about the map so far. So he takes you around to the right, and he opens the door.
I'm keeping an eye on him in case he does anything dodgy.
Because I'm having to delete the doors. So it opens into a room full of beehives. Beehive. And he says it's through this way. If you don't antagonize them, then they won't.
I've got a feeling he's leading us to a death, so that way they're carrying.
That's why I've got my warhammer
He
out.
leads you into the beehive room, and the door is smashed down at one end. There's a room that the door is smashed open to the north.
Is it smashed inwards or outwards?
It looks like it's just an opening, but there's a broken hive in it.
I'll turn around to the brewmaster and say, Is that normal?
It is, sadly. It got broken when we were trying to get the specimen in. Right, so as user connect now, I'll give you a description. You've seen some horrible things in Icewind Dale. The sight before you puts it all in perspective. Plethora of corpses in various stages of decay littered the wooden floor. Several dogs, a deer, a wolf, and at least 3 humans are dead on the floor. The buzzing of bees is completely intoxicating and all-encompassing. There are thousands of them, creating a haze of insects that you could only wish was dense enough to mask the full extent of the truth. The bees' hives are in the carcasses, and they busily burrow through the rotten flesh at an alarming rate. One body catches your eye. At first you think it's a halfling, but it quickly becomes apparent it's a small boy, hair sloughing off the skin, pockets of gas threatening to burst through the pallid skin. Bees swarm in the exposed flesh, eating at the muscle, but the worst part is the eyes which seem to be the entrance to the hive itself as bees pour out of the empty sockets. Honey trickles out of the slack mouth. They're more afraid of you than they are of him, Glint whispers slowly. And to the north, you hear the rattling of chains, the loud buzzing, and a horrific sound. Are you all able to see it?
Nope, still black.
Yeah, I'm going to disable lighting and line of sight.
Not
I can
gonna
see
lie.
it now.
There we go. Yes, I
Yeah,
asked this
see it
guy, "Did you kill any of these people? Or did they die naturally?"
No, I've instituted the policy of all corpses have to be turned in to the thing. And he indicates through the open doorway. You see a horrible sight: a troll chained by 4 chains into
I can still see from there.
is chained. Beehives grow throughout his terrible skin. Honey runs down its long green hide. So he says, limitless honey.
If limitless honey, why do you need the human corpse?
They were there as well. I mean, obviously, the more bees, the better.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got an idea. Why don't you get rid of the humans and stick with the troll? And I won't set you on fire.
He says, well, it's law now. It's illegal to bury the dead. Instead, funeral rites are given, and the corpses are quietly sent to the hive for processing. As you watch, you notice that there's large concentrations of bees around the wooden pegs driven into the floor around the bee troll.
And what are they doing?
It's straining against the chains. As it howls, bees come out of its mouth, and
I'll turn around to him and go, that's about to escape. You do know that, right?
He says
it's going to be really cross.
It's impossible. It'll never break those chains.
No, but it might get the pegs out the floor.
And
That's a good point.
Just as you say that, there's a loud crack as one of the chains is torn through the thick wooden pegs. You can now see that the bees have been chewing at the wooden pegs holding the trolley plate.
I'll turn around to him and look him really calmly in the face and go, you are dumb as shit.
But he says, and then with a loud snap, the second chain comes free. The creature roars, and as it does, bees fly around it, and it snaps free, lurching towards you.
So what do we get for rescuing you?
Dripping
I'll say,
honey. It was like, this is unprecedented. This can't be happening.
yeah, this shit happens around us all the time. So what are we worth? What's your life worth?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but I think we should shut him down. This is disgraceful. I can't condone
take him through the door.
mead being made from carrion.
The carrion, I have a problem with. The troll, I don't really. They're not intelligent.
Do you want
No,
to know,
but at the same
do
time,
you want
I
to know
just
the
don't
scary
think
thing,
it's
Tracy?
right.
Vulture bees are a real thing.
Wouldn't surprise us, but no.
Right.
You would, by the way, if that was me in the party, I'd be nowhere near this place because I am shit scared of wasps and bees.
I'm not sure why the lighting and the line of sight is not working, but everybody can see, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so, Corin, you go first. There's a loud roar, an intense buzzing, and 3 snaps as the remaining pegs torn free.
Oh, hell.
Can I shout at Corin, avoid the heart?
Between you and my Sandman, Corin was thinking of avoiding the room altogether.
Yeah.
Nope, we gotta do this.
You have the wall between you and the troll, so you can't target it from that position. There's a bunch of hives with thousands of bees running about.
I need to move a bit first. So I'll move first.
You move to the side, yes?
You could wait until it gets hit first and then do it. Then you get add bonus to damage.
Yeah, that's what I tend to do with my ranger because then you get that extra chunk.
Yeah, but the other thing I need to do, though... I beg your pardon, I'm planning on getting that close.
Yeah, or taking it for dinner.
Aye, well, I'll stick Toss's mark on it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hold my attack. If it gets any closer, like if it gets out that room, I'll plug it one.
Excellent. Next is Brewmaster Glint, who goes, Eep! And tries to run away.
I might shoot him instead.
I am tempted.
He just goes, Eep! Flee! The specimen, it's free! Isha.
Are the bees in the hives in the room we are doing anything, or are they just like acting like normal
Just
bees?
bee things are just flying about. You can see little bees. They're just buzzing around and
Are we going to kill it, or do we just let it go?
Or are we going to leg it and kill him instead?
Well, we get some
Right.
wool for it.
if you don't decide what you're doing, Bracy, then you're going to just dodge.
It's liver that you want.
All right,
Not
I'm
hot.
going to cast Toll the Dead at it.
Wow. Yeah.
Hopefully, my
Howl wants a tart, though, Tracy.
Ice
we
troll
might
hearts
kill
are very
a lot of
variable.
bees as well.
He fails. You can do your damage. He hasn't taken any damage, so you just use the D8. Right. Bong! The bees buzz, and the creature's skin ripples. It splits, and honey runs out from under its skin. Is that your turn? Are you moving?
I'm going to back up a little bit.
Excellent. Sanwin.
Right, I'll move there, and I'm going to Burning Hands, and then I'll move away.
Okay. You cast Burning Hands upon it. Right. It takes a little bit of burning damage, and you burn away a bunch of the bees, which seems to enrage it even more. It is the bee troll's turn. Flailing and trailing the chains, it runs
Why?
straight at Ben, furious and mad, and it uses its special ability,
I shouted.
Bee's Nuts. So, Andy, you get to shoot first.
Right. Let's have a look, say.
This is where Fireball will be lovely.
Oh, you're joking.
It doesn't dodge, but the skin of the troll seems to be so fragile that the arrow passes straight through it, not apparently causing any damage, and honey leaks out. Right, so it's a cone effect. Bees Nuts. It raises its arm and swipes it across, and where it does, honey and bees splash out from its body in the grossest possible way that you've ever seen. And that's not a cone. That's not a cone. This is a cone. Spray out, hitting Sanwen, Ben, and Aisha, just missing Lantesh, as you're covered in sticky honey and horrible bees. So let me target you. Let me target you naked in the rain.
Feel it washing over me. Mead.
The best name of an ability ever, Bees Nuts. Right,
Yeah,
so
it
you each take damage and a syrup coated in sticky honey.
Is the honey attracting the bees, or is it
Oh yeah,
slowing them? So that would incur more damage,
Yeah.
from my point of view. Yeah.
burn. So it's listed as acid damage, but it's burning, but the bees are also stinging as well. Ben, it is your turn.
Right, I shall hit my warhammer.
Why did you get like 3 rolls there?
What idea?
Did you double click or something? Because you got rolled once with flanking advantage, which you shouldn't have flanking advantage. Once normal attack and once blocked by armor. Just try
No
drag your attack icon and drop it on the troll, because you got way more attacks than you should have there. Right, it hits the bee troll. Splutch. Doing 10 damage. Ow, says the bee troll. Are you doing anything else, Dave?
Yeah, I'll do the second win and action surge and then second win
Okay, it misses with your second attack.
and second.
Okay, you heal yourself from you scrape off a bit of the honey and the bees. Are you moving, or is that it?
I'm staying.
Okay, now you have your familiars out, although for some reason it's the gigantic.
Get in and move out of the way. Or would he get an opportunity attack on him if I move?
Yep.
Well, it's just fly about, dodge, or disengage.
Okay, not a problem. So that is your turn, Dave. Lantesh, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on Aisha to clean the honey off, otherwise he's going to get damaged more, and I can't have that.
Okay, you do
Flex.
And I'm going to move back to there and command me owl to come over this way as well, out the way.
that. Okay, your alpha flies over with you. Right, Spellix is not there. Round 2. Corin, we are back to you, sir.
Well, my personal thought is that we really ought to be fighting this outside, where the cold will nobble the bees. But in the meantime, I shall try putting another arrow into this and see what happens.
I'll sort yous out next round, by the way, with trying to clean yous up a bit.
Right, sadly, you stick it with an arrow and it goes straight through again.
Right, well, hang on. I need to move up there. Because he's not leaving.
Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he is going to try and run past you. You're a halfling, so you can do that.
Well, I'm going to try and stop him.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is I'll let you have an opposed grapple check. So I'll roll the grapple for him on you.
Right. Now then, I've never grappled anything before. So is it this?
That's not what we heard. Wait.
Right, he fails to grapple. So basically, he gets stopped here and he's trying to push past you. And you're basically just standing in front of him and he's going, no, let us past us. We've got to get out. We've got to get out. Corin stands his ground and won't let him get out. Isha.
Yep.
I am going to cast Guiding Bolt of the Troll.
Okay. Crit! Oh,
wow.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. That's what I love. Go on. Nice big damage hit. Yes.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yes. Okay, Brissy, can you roll me a dice, please?
What kind of dice?
Any kind of dice you like. We're just going odds or evens. You blast the creature for 25 points of damage.
Pew, pew.
In fact, you hit it so hard, you blow one of its arms off. The arm slups to the ground, still twitching, and starts crawling towards you. But there's a zzz noise, and out from the hole pours a swarm of bees.
Right.
The
Time
bees
to go.
coalesce into a large cloud and appear next to the troll.
To corner phrase, Drake, we are leaving.
So, what else are you doing? And now I've got a roll for the arm
I'm
and the
going
troll.
to back up closer to the door.
Now, if Aisha needs to get past me, I'll let him.
No, I'm just getting close to the door just in case I've got to retreat. Sorry, tactically back up.
Well,
Right.
you may be
And
going
is that
tactically
your
back up.
turn?
Yes.
I'm going to run away like
Oh,
a
actually,
girl.
no, it's not. I am going to target Bjorn and heal.
Excellent. You throw some heals on Bjorn. The troll looks down at where its arm used to be, with bees still pouring out. Honey runs out of the hole, runs down its leg. You heal Bjorn. Sandman, it is your turn.
I'll move that.
Yeah.
I'll Burning Hands, the Swarm, and the...
So if you hold down Alt and then both mouse buttons, you can drag a cone. You can actually place your cone.
It's not letting itself on me. Oh, wait.
So you're trying to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I will... Do I need to target or anything? Or
You
just
need to
roll
target both.
How do I target a second creature?
Hold down Control and just left click on both.
Ah, cool.
And then roll your burning hands. It'll roll the saves. 2 failures. You do full damage. Right. The troll takes damage. The bees take damage. The bees, Earl, the bees. Okay. And what you're doing now?
Go on
If
back.
you move away, you'll get opportunity attacks from both the bees and the troll.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to stand still.
Right. The troll, infuriated by this, performs
Trollendectomy.
its second rolling to recharge bees nuts. Love it. Love it. Performs its second attack, Honey Barrage. It makes 3 claw attacks, dripping honey. So one's a disadvantage because the arm is on the floor, and that will attack Ben. So it is. I think that's disadvantage. No, that was advantage. So it would have dropped the 2. So that misses you, luckily, because it rolled a 2 and a 20. However, the other 2 are normal against Earl. It misses. It hits. It does damage. And you need to make a dex saving throw, which you succeed at as this sticky honey splatters up the wall. You're not entirely sure what it had done, if it would hit you, but you bet it's something bad. But yes,
I've got a bad feeling about this.
next turn it is Ben.
Time to go, Sandman.
No, put them down.
Do you do that corn thing? Bring
You hold down Alt and both mouse buttons. Hold down Alt first and keep it held down, and then hold down both mouse buttons and drag it. You can do that by holding down Shift, Alt, and Control. You can draw different shapes on the map.
Nah.
You are going to hit your back there, Dave.
Oh, it's bats just out of rain, isn't it?
Where?
I'll allow it because it's kind of small. So you need to target those 2 creatures.
Georgie.
Right, Dave, there's something weird happening here because you're rolling loads of dice.
No
So
idea.
it's got 1 half damage and 1 failure. Just roll your damage.
I think you might have them self-targeted.
Yeah, he's got self-targeted as well.
That's why, Dave. So you set yourself on fire. Right, you do burning damage. The bees buzz frantically. The troll goes out, but it still gets to go. The bat's turn. Is the bat doing anything?
Can the bat do a disengage and go can move out of the way without
Yes.
being getting? I order the disengage next to the owl.
Yeah, it can easily, so it flutters away. And Lantech.
I'm going to cast sleep on them.
So you cast sleep. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
It's not bad. I thought the room was bigger than that.
Well, that's where you cast sleep. So
Sorry.
if Dave goes to sleep now, I will genuinely piss myself laughing.
Oh, shit.
I bet you I don't.
Because it depends on
Sorry.
who. It depends on who's got the lowest hit point.
I get my mattress and pillow out. Just yes.
Sorry,
My,
David.
Right, roll your 5d8.
It's shit.
But this is why when you drop it on the map, that's where you cast it, because you haven't got feet and inches and it's in a combat situation. So roll your 5d8.
Can't wait for Fireball. Oh, big number.
22 hit points. Who has the least number of hit points?
I have
Right.
Be the troll, please.
I'll
Be
have
the
16.
troll.
The troll
the
doesn't.
bees.
The troll
Be
doesn't
the
yours.
bees.
Sandman has only got.
17.
No, you've got 17
I've got
wounds.
16. I've got 16.
So the troll's not asleep. Sandman is. No, Salmon's got lower than Ben. So it's between the bees,
I'm immune to sleep spells,
which is, so the bees go to sleep and then it attempts to put Salmon to sleep.
but I'm immune.
But you're immune. The bees go to sleep, Tracy. So you can apply the bee effect. You can drag and drop the sleep effect on the bee.
Can I let out a yawn and glance over my shoulder?
Yeah. But Salmon, you do find you think the magic is trying to affect you.
Sorry, guys.
That was amazing. I love it. That's
Sorry.
your turn.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah, the
turn.
bees are asleep on the floor. And then it's...
I had to do some things. I didn't
You
want you to
did.
get stung.
Are the owl and the bat doing anything? Well, sorry, the owl. Is the owl doing anything? He goes last.
Eating bees.
Tracy?
Sorry.
Tracy,
Oh, sorry.
is
What?
the owl doing anything? Because he's that's the initiative.
No, I don't want him to get into that. No.
Okay. Corin, it is your turn once more.
Right, just before I do anything, could I possibly keep a bonus action and use it in case this arsehole tries to get past and make a run for it?
No, you would keep your normal action. You could try and grapple him with your normal action, but you can't do it with a bonus action.
Right.
Because actually,
Right,
he will be attempting a shove attack to shove past you. It shouldn't have been a grapple attack. It should have been a shove attack.
Oh, will he now?
So he will be shoving you next turn.
That will be after I've whipped out my short sword and stabbed him with it.
So you are going to drop your bow and pull your short sword out. Okay? He's trying to shove his way past you. He hits. He has the normal stats for commoner. Roll your damage. Right, you instantly kill him. How do you kill him?
Oops.
A little damage.
No, he's already stabbed him. He didn't say he was doing it before he rolled. So you stab him through the heart, expecting it to be some kind of mad. He's actually just a commoner with 4 hit points. So you stab him through the heart and he looks down at you and the blood rushing out of his chest falls to his knees. So he's on eye height and then his eyes glaze over and he falls dead at your feet, Corin.
Fair enough.
I can smell a cover up coming.
Aisha, it is your turn.
Aisha, do us a favour, grab that corpse, throw it at the troll.
Right. If I cast, hang on, Toll the Dead at the troll, I'm just trying to see how wide the effect is, if there is one.
It's just a single target spell as far as I'm aware.
All right then. If I cast Toll the Dead at the bees, would it affect one bee, or would it be, will it affect the swarm?
You don't know.
And the bees are asleep.
Are they? All right.
Bless,
Okay then.
bless.
Hang on, man. Don't need bless. Is the troll still aware?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I would target the troll and cast Toll the Dead.
He saves. So
Arse
he
biscuit.
does no damage.
And then I cast Hail on Sun.
Thank you, darling.
Excellent. Salmon is a little less damaged. And are you moving?
As the guy trying to get past Corin is dead, no, I'm not. Actually, I'll move to the left so I can get a better target on both troll and the swarm, just in case I've got to.
That's fine. You're not sure who's looking more surprised, Corin or the guy who's just stabbed through the heart?
Well, I was going to, if he was still awake, I was going to charge to the left and elbow him in the side of the head to knock him out, but Corin's done that
All right,
permanently.
because you don't need to worry about action economy. You just...
Yeah.
All right, so Salmon, it is your turn again.
I think we're going to be talking another Burning Hands.
You just
I
keep
know that's going to torch the bees.
burning,
isn't it?
though. Yeah, it is, yes. Just keep pounding the burning hands on.
Do I have another thing to fire? Sorry, just kidding. I could take a risk, and I think I will.
And you
I'm
know-
going to step back, which will provoke an attack of opportunity.
It will.
Not from the bees, though,
Not
because
from the
they're.
bees. I'll step back there.
Oh, it misses. It
And
misses.
then I'm going to Scorching Ray the motherfucker. So I need to untarget bees and Scorching Ray.
It's a miss. It's another miss.
What the?
It literally says fuck hell. Right. Fiery beams shoot around the troll, shoot the outline of it like the scene in Pulp Fiction. And is there anything else you want to do now?
Yeah, I'm going to move back a bit more because this is going to get nasty. I'll move back here, then notice the dead guy and go, whoop.
Right. Okay, it's Bee Troll turn. Recharge, no. His special attacks are not up, so he will just have to do 3 attacks on you. If he has multi-attack, one of the claws is a disadvantage, however, because it's separated from the body, and his attack, it's clawing at your foot, Dave. So that one is disadvantage, I think. Alt, yeah, hits even with disadvantage. Because
he's giving you the arm, Dave. You give him the finger.
Right, so this claws you in the foot, make you heavily damaged. The second claw is its attached arm, which comes in, misses, and then it attempts to bite you, which also misses. God damn it. Right, yeah. Ben, it is your turn.
Right, I shall do Burning Hands just on the troll, so I don't do that fancy one thing, do I?
No, there's nobody in way of you. It's just that fancy cone thing. It's just to determine who gets hit. Like Tracy's sleep spell. Titter. It fails. You burny it. Keep pounding away. It burns some more dead bees crash to the ground. Is that your turn, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bat not doing anything?
Nope.
Lantesh.
I'm going to cast fire bolt at the troll.
Okay. So much fire in this party. So much. It misses.
Right, that's me.
Okay. Bees is still asleep. Fox hair. Spellix is not there. Owl not doing anything.
Nope.
Right. Are the owl and the bait bat just going to stay out of the way so I can effectively ignore them, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, I'm going to remove them temporarily from the table. Corin, we are back to you.
Right, I shall scoop up my bow and go twang.
And let fly.
Okay.
Right, you hit. Isha, it is your
I know.
turn. What? You know what?
Right, I am going to charge it
Mm-hmm.
£3.99, please.
and smack the shit out of it.
You've got L targeted mind.
Yep, not anymore.
Say Colossus Slayer, you can't take off Andy because that's a class ability, but the Hunter's Mark can actually wear off if you have a long rest or whatever. And I didn't know.
Right.
He crits it. He crits
nice
it with
one.
Get back through that
and
door.
smashes it with a hammer blow. Bang! The creature is crushed, its skull beaten in, and it falls to the ground. Falls dead.
Cut its
I
heart
will,
out.
I will race over with my knife and start a heartectomy.
Can I also, in my turn, cast a heal on Bear?
Yeah. So you run over, you start cutting in your frenzy for some reason. Although it may have been better for Corin to do it. You realise that half of the troll's internal organs and stuff are gone and have been replaced by honeycombs and beehives. It's the troll's corpse is full of dead bees, and the small blackened organ that you pull out is not what you would consider a standard normal troll beaten heart. But you take it anyway.
Yep.
Aisha, can you do us a favour because you're strong?
Yes, mate.
I'm just going to disguise this rather accurate sword thrust to the heart on this bloke a bit.
Shove the troll's arm into the bloke.
That might do it.
Oh yeah, this is still a troll's arm. So the troll attacks Dave. Disadvantage. Thanks for reminding us. So Dave, the troll attacks him.
In that case, Aisha, can you come and grab the corpse and just drop it on the troll arm?
Oh, of course.
Thank you very much.
Right. I'm gonna make the troll not dead, right? But it's only its arm, so because I have to roll, and it won't let us roll on Dave with disadvantage. So that it's not incapacitated because it is because it's got the effect on. Try again, shall we, Dave? Because it's going. No, you're incapacitated. I'm not incapacitated. It's literally hanging on your foot, Dave. Double 19s, it hits. Yay! Doing more damage to Ben. So, what do you guys do? There's a small troll, a large troll arm wrapped around Ben's foot, just digging its claws into his ankle.
Can I start dragging the corpse across?
Mm-hmm. Corin grabs the corpse and drags it. Dave goes, ow.
I try and pull the arm off at the leg.
Okay, make a contested grapple check against the troll.
How do I do that? Just target the troll and press grapple? Or?
No, just open your character sheet, go the actions at the bottom. You can either target the troll and press grapple, or you can just drag the grapple bar and drop it on top of the troll. Either way, and it'll do the grapple. Right, so you grab the arm, you rip it off, Dave, and what do you do with it?
Plunge it into the chest. It's Catman.
Okay.
The sword, where the sword hole is.
Right, so you do that. Corin drags the corpse off, you plant it in. You notice the arm has started regrowing a shoulder.
I think we either need to kill the arm when it's done a bit of damage, or leave, or both.
Destroy the liver in the troll itself, in the actual troll.
Hey, if it grows, the chest can put that heart out.
I think this one might be a bit broken, but we can wait and see. I think the bees might wake up and get quite cross, so I think we might have to burn a few hives. Or should we leave this to the locals?
I think we should leave this to the locals, to be fair.
So,
the watch is going to have some.
what are you doing? Are you just going to let this arm regrow because it will start trying to break, grapple, and attack you again, Dave?
Has it mangled the body up much yet?
It's mangled the body up and it seems to be flexing in on itself and trying to break Dave's hold on it.
Do you want a hand
Somebody
with that?
cast firebolt on the arm while I've got it held.
I will. You want a hand? Yeah, I'll just burn it.
Right, so you blast the arm 4 or 5 times with firebolts until it stops wriggling.
Yeah.
And then the troll is dead on the floor. The speaker is dead on the floor with a big hole in his chest, and everybody else seems to be rather hurt.
Where the troll got him.
Yeah, the troll.
Allegedly.
Is the troll regenerating at all?
What are you doing about the sleeping swarm of bees?
Being very quiet.
I can smoke them. I've got a smoke generator. Burn hands. But
It's called fireball. No, the troll is not regenerating.
I think we should kill them bees because it freaks that it's not natural to drink that stuff, and you don't know. It's not 20 years down the line when you find out all these stupid side effects.
Right, in that case, right, since Tracy's gone all anti-vax, right, have you got burning hands left, Ben?
Yeah.
Well, me and him will stand next to it, count to 3, and then both burning hands at the same time.
Right, so are you burning all the hives in the room that you're with? Because they are a
Let's just
mixture
set fire to them.
of normal bees, and as you can see, there's a bunch of corpses lying scattered around the room.
We'll burn the killer bees, and we'll
We
drag
could move the corpses underneath next to one of the
yeah,
killer
we'll,
bees and then catch
yeah,
them
burn
all.
a lot. We'll torch the killer bees and the corpses, and we'll add the troll, a bit of a torchy for the troll in the thing, and then we'll drag dead guy out with us and close up behind us.
Well, whilst you're doing that, I'm going to press the digitation honey off you and Ben, just so that it's not burning you anymore.
Oh, thank you. Because I was going to come to a sticky end.
Right, oh god. So you flame through all of the bees and the hives and the troll.
No, just the evil bees, not the normal bees.
Well, you can't really separate the evil bees from the normal bees as they're just flying about, buzzing around.
Well, we'll torch the swarm and the hive it swarmed out of.
Well, make sure you get the queen.
The
If
corpses.
the queen's inside the troll, then you know the rest should just leave. They shouldn't stay here.
Just grab all the corpses and burn them along with the killer bee swarm, and the vulture bees won't have anything carrying the feed on, so they should die off.
Yeah, you're right. We'll do that, and then we'll head upstairs. So we're going to torch this bee swarm.
Right,
and hive.
I get it. You set fire to everything. You burn
Well,
things.
I don't want to burn the other hives that might have normal bees in them.
And you head upstairs. Well, they're going to be panicking like mad as all this fire is squirted around the room.
Yeah, we should leave.
But you head back upstairs where there's a few of the bee wranglers looking very confused at the sounds they've heard from downstairs, the screaming and what have you.
I've got this, right? I'll rush upstairs and go, there's been a horrible accident.
Oh my god, what's happened?
Some idiot kept a troll down there, and it's only went and killed the brewmaster. We've had to put it down. It's gone mad.
Right, so you shout, there's been a horrible accident. Let's have a deception roll from you.
Can I help him?
I'm really
We're helped by showing our wound.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, because Simon just rolled a 1. So you can roll another one. You rolled 4 ones tonight, Earl.
I'm going to roll another one now. Oh no!
A 14. Gasp! This here. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh no! Quick! They grab the smokers and they begin to run downstairs.
They're quite cross. We'll put the speaker somewhere and go out.
Oh, so you've burned the speaker with burning hands and then dragged the burnt corpse up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Okay.
Because he's going to get buried. Because there's going to be a quick change of law in about 2 seconds when I get the town watch. Who's in charge of the town watch?
There's a lieutenant, because if you remember, some of the town watch were killed by your friend Doug.
Well, I'll go and get the lieutenant.
It is a human called Ilya Zubov. Ilya Zubov, Lieutenant of Goodmead.
Lieutenant Zubov, you you need to bring some men this way quickly. There's been a terrible accident.
So Lieutenant Zubov grabs a unit of men and comes running over. What the hell is going on in here?
Well, you know the weird ale. Do you know how he was making the ale?
Yeah, he bred a new strain of bees.
Yeah, but did he tell you everything about them?
No, it's not my... I'll protect the town. I'm not here to decide on who.
In his ear how the bees did it.
How does he feel about that? I'm going to say low, he doesn't care, and high, he's okay with it. A 9. That is kind of a disaster. I mean, we did know that he changed the law so that all of the people that died and any of the hunters that brought corpses in and brought it over, but we didn't think he'd go quite that far.
Well, he had a bloody troll down there full of bees, and it animated and started wrecking the place. So we'll put it down, but not until it got him. But I suggest that you change the law and start burying people, because, like, you do realise what will happen if people find out this stuff was made with honey from corpses, right? They'll literally burn good meat down.
But it was so tasty.
It was delicious, but that's not the point. Cause and effect, right? Yes, it's going to be a bit harder to get the shipments out, and it's going to be harder work. Effect, not getting the place burnt down by angry people.
Well, I can see where you're coming from. I'm going to have to sort this mess out. And
what I suggest you do is change the law quickly and try and get rid of them stupid bees.
But we have no other income. If we don't make mead, we'll all starve to death. And
yeah, well,
when he finds out that you've
the old way,
right,
what is the problem with making it? Oh my God Almighty!
Wow, Earl, can you roll anything but a 1 tonight?
No.
Should have been a halfling. Should have been a halfling. Can't get a 1.
You can, and I bet you I could have today.
I mean, I don't say, because he doesn't know yet that you've burnt a good portion of the vulture bee. I don't see how changing the law is going to help us, because all we're going to do is end up with a bunch of starving people.
Yeah, I agree with you. Here's the thing, right? Why can't you make it the way it was made before? Because
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not responsible for that. I just got to town.
Okay. Where is the second in command of the bee brigade?
He'd be in his house at the moment.
I'll go. Can you send someone to get him, please?
Okay. 10 minutes or so later, there, a really confused looking man with a dressing gown under his cold weather clothing comes out.
Hi, you're the new brewmaster.
What? I don't understand. What's happened?
The other brewmaster got ate by the troll that he was hiding in the cellar.
But how? It was securely chained. I mean...
Yes, but the bees wanted to animate the hive and walk around, so they ripped up the bloody stakes, not the chain. Either way, you're going to have to work out how to make mead the old way. Killer bees aren't working.
Well,
have you thought about glass houses?
Yes, and apparently we're not supposed to throw stones in them, but I don't see how that's going to help.
Right, okay. Plant flowers in glass houses that are warmed by the sun and pollinate them with the bees.
You are where there isn't any sun, and there hasn't been any sun for several years.
There doesn't have to be an awful lot of sun, there just needs to be some ambient warmth. Actually, I do know where you can get a sun from. I tell you what, send some people up to the Temple of Lathander, right? They've got a sun going spare. They'll use that to help you repopulate the flowers in the area.
Right, I'll see what I can do.
The other alternative isn't so good, because when they find out what was making this stuff, people are going to be really, really, really angry. And if the alcohol stops flowing, people are going to be really, really, really angry.
Well, the problem is that we're not going to be able to provide enough mead to feed town the old-fashioned way. That's why Glick developed a new strain of bees.
Right, but there's got to be a way to do it.
Just because you were doing it before.
Yes.
Dead animals, dead fish.
Well,
We could get them, we could supply them.
The problem is you've killed all of the killer bees, or as many of them as you possibly could.
Yes.
Yeah, but they'll come back if you give them enough carrying of animals.
But you specifically stuck your burning hands in the troll and burned the queen to death.
Yeah, the queen is dead.
The hive is dead, and the queen is dead.
Right, not a botanist. Oh, wait, but I do know one. Rich, wait a minute. I have a solution.
They'll make a new queen.
No, chap. What you haven't thought of is this. There are many hardy varieties of plants around Icewind Dale that still flower no matter what the weather conditions are. What you need to do is gather these plants and foster their growth in an artificial environment, and then the bees will pollinate these plants, ergo being able to produce honey.
So I'm going to have to try something. Otherwise...
Yes, I agree. The bee will stop. Bad things will happen. I'm sure I can come this way. I'll put my arm around him. I'll take him one side and I'll start telling him all about the different types of plants that can flower in the cold from around Icewind Dale, from my scrapbook.
Yeah, Earl pulls a scrapbook out of his bag, an actual scrapbook with pictures he's drawn of flowers and shit in it. Well, this is great. I'll certainly try and do that.
And if you send someone to Bremen, there's a young anthropologist, not anthropologist, what they're called?
Botanist.
A botanist there. If she comes down here, just mention my name. She'll probably come. She's very nice. Make sure she gets a nice place to stay. She'll help you with the problem.
Right. I must say thank you for your help. You've been most helpful.
You're in charge now, and the first thing you're going to do is bury all of the bodies again. You understand? Because if I come back through here and you're still keeping bodies out of the ground, me and you are going to have a problem. And it's not a problem that the town guard's going to be able to stop me dealing with. Do you understand? And I'll look at Aisha.
Yes, I understand.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. See you later.
And you jump back into your little sledge.
Into the mystery machine and head to Duggan's Hole. Oh, no, wait, we have to stay overnight here, don't we?
You have 2 more hours of travel.
Can we get to Duggan's Hole in 2 hours?
You probably can, because a dog sled can move 10 miles an hour in 2 hours. 10 miles in 2 hours. So maybe you can reach it. You can reach Dougal Hall. You have to wait here maybe another 2 hours, and then you can drive the dog sleds and reach Dougal Hall before nightfall.
That's the plan.
Do you
I'll turn around and go, that went well. Do I mention what? Sorry.
I mentioned that you're going to Dougan's Hall to the now shocked members of Good Mead, which is now going to have to be renamed No Mead.
No, they'll fix it. Don't worry. I told them 16 different varieties of flowering fauna that could be cultivated carefully using rocks and mosses. I mean, you just need to know the area. Isn't that right, Mr. Toscol?
Quite correct.
See? But no, they're trying to bend it to their own will instead of using nature to influence.
But like I've been trying to say, if the queen dies, they'll just feed some of the eggs and make a new queen.
Yeah, but Earl was thoroughly going around with burning hands, burning everything.
Yeah, the evil bees are dead.
I mean, they're not evil bees, technically. They're just bees.
They're evil. They're lucky.
You approach Dougan's Hall. You look at it from out of town. Everything you've heard about it is it's an absolute shithole. And has good reason to be named Dougan's Hall. But just outside of town, sitting on a snowbank, is a small white snow hare that sits and looks at you and twitches its little white nose.
Oh, hello there.
Lunch.
Hi, it says. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, God, it's the white rabbit.
Have you seen many people pass by here?
Just a few. Just looking for some people to talk to.
Well, you're welcome to come with us.
That would be great fun.
You wouldn't happen to met a female druidess a while ago?
Yeah, I did. She was a nice lady. She had a bush.
Oh,
yes, she did.
I'm Thumper, similar to, but legally distinct from, a famous Disney character.
Oh, God.
That's Thumper with an F.
Thumper.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a speech impediment because he's got huge buck teeth.
Bless it. I'll pull some rations out of some description, because I dare say there's not much in the way of like greenery around here for hares and like small animals to eat. So I dare say they've learned to substitute their choice of food.
Pretty much everything gets to eat whatever it can.
Yeah, a little bit of bread or whatever, or cheese. I don't know what they eat, but see if anything pertains to them.
Well, he nibbles through a few bits. He says, "Thanks, that's very kind of you."
Corin, why are you baiting that arrow with half a carrot? No reason.
What?
Baiting an arrow with half a carrot.
Yeah, bunny.
He says, I guess you're going into Dougan's Hall. I haven't been in there because people will try to eat me. I will come in with you. That man who sits floating in the air, he's scary.
The man that sits floating in the air?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about this.
Yeah, he's pointing his little twitchy nose at the mummy that's riding behind the sled, remember?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to say.
As you have not been to drop people off, you've got this sled. It looks like a kind of Keystone Cops comedy movie full of goblins and mummies and...
Oh, I tell him not to worry. He's with us. He looks menacing and mean, but he's friendly. He'll not harm you. But to be safe, stay by my side. Doors over there, and I'll point to the goblins. Although they are friendly and approachable from our perspective. They might, not sure what to make of you. So I would stick with me. You'll be fine.
Okay, I will come with you. That is great.
God, I'm going to have a backpack full of animals.
You have to watch out for the wolves, though, because the wolves hang around town, and I have to avoid them. But the people in town are strange too, so I don't know where to go. So
Just stick with me.
you
Sit
approach.
with me, get warm in my backpack there. There's a friend there for you. Don't mate with it. I don't want
You
tons of these.
approach Dugan's Hall. The little rabbit hops along beside you, chittering away and making small talk all the way along.
We'll head towards the speaker's house.
And the first thing you notice about it is, one, you're coming down the road. There's a small hill on the other side of town, and surrounding the hill is a triangular-shaped series of menhirs that seem to be surrounding the hill, with a large flat one in the centre on the top. You've heard of these, the Stones of Thrun. And as you ride towards the speaker's house, you notice that the roof is devoid of snow. Also, there is no snow for around 10 feet around the entire outside of the house.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
You see one or two people walking around in town, but they steadfastly ignore you and continue walking.
Just carry on, like you say, to the speaker's house. We've had the...
You arrive at the speaker's house, and as you step inside the radius, you realise that it is warm, like warm.
Oh, I like warm. I shall rap upon the speaker's door.
Well, a few seconds later, a minute or so, the door opens to a slightly strange-looking human woman. She's got large eyes and a small flat nose, and her ears seem to be very small compared to the size of her head. Her mouth seems to be overly wide, and she says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yeah, we're just passing through, and we've just come from Good Mead. I wondered if there's anywhere to stay overnight in.
There's nowhere to stay, not in Dugan's Hall.
No, that's disappointing.
You notice radiating from the other side of the door, Earl, it's hot. It's not warm. It's tropical hot coming out of this hut.
Oh, lush.
We've been going round from Bryn Shander, helping out the local communities. I wonder if there was anything around here that you needed looking into or doing while we're here.
She looks, and then you unnervingly realise that she hasn't blinked while she's been talking to you, and then she blinks, but slowly, and like not both eyelids at the same time. They're slightly off, and she says, "Well, by Throne, we do have a problem with the wolves, and the old widow, her kids are missing. The wolves, big as horses they are, they're extracting food from the town. You best didn't come in."
In we go.
Heading into the speaker's house, there's about 5 or 6 of the residents of Dugan's Hall, and they all look the same. The men have got thinning hair, large round eyes, flat lipless mouths, small ears. And as you go in, the large central room, there's what looks like a wood burner, and it's radiating massive amounts of heat. She says, "I can send my boy here," and she indicates a smaller child to get in the with her if you can. You want to help her.
Certainly. May I ask you what may sound to be a slightly uncouth thing? But you all seem to be slightly
inbred.
Not inbred.
Yeah, come on. I need some other people to join in other than Earl here.
Go on, I'll let someone else do it.
Inbred, eh?
I'm having me lolly.
I'll ask him. You don't seem to be like standard human, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. We're in Dugan's Hall. We're less Python. We are.
Bit of cousin loving going on, I think.
Only 6 names in the phone book.
Yeah, the intense wood burner at the front's got like a grill front, and you can see that the light coming out of it is like not orange that you would expect, more sort of a greenish yellow tint.
Chaos.
Is that a fire elemental in the what you call it, or what are you burning?
We ain't burn nothing. Thrun left us that in the middle of his stones. He looks after his children. We don't have to put no logs or nothing in it. It just keeps the town hot. We all congregate in here.
What do I know about Throne?
Absolutely nothing.
I'll ask him more about Throne, who he is, where he came from.
Thrun's the father. He founded this town. We're all his children.
Well, there's only 6 names in the phone book.
Rich, I'll get me lantern out.
What about a bit?
There's a glow.
No, it just shines normally. There's no elemental.
Right, okay.
You could probably peek inside through the grill. Like I said, this room is so hot that you're actually sweating in your clothes. It's the first time you can remember that the sweat is teeming out of you. The Dugan's Hall natives do not seem to be sweating, and they have the unnerving habit of not blinking as often as you think they should.
Excuse me a moment. I shall just go and tend to the dogs.
Do you
I'll
need
come
a
with you and
hand,
help.
Corin?
Yeah, what?
I'll help you.
Do you need a hand with the dogs?
Right, so Earl, everybody leaves you and goes outside.
All right, if everybody's leaving, I'll stay with Earl.
Yeah, what do you want to do? The small child has gone to get in the widder.
So how long have these wolves been harassing the town?
A few months now. They took a widow's kids, and he comes back and demands foods, and he says they're going to kill him if we ever stops giving them food.
How do they demand?
Oh, there's a talking. They's got a mighty vocabulary. Them does.
Wonder if they knew a druid with a book.
Probably.
Fump is keeping quiet and sticking next to Tracy. Are you having a look in the wood burner, or are you just going to wait until she turns up? Or?
I'll have a look then.
Right, so you sidle over a little way and you peek between the metal barred front. And inside is a fist-sized lump of chardlin that is radiating so much heat.
And I'll take a step.
Be careful. You don't want to bask too much in the light of Thrun.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll just give me breath at the door.
You folks don't seem to like in the heat round here.
We're not used to it.
I grew up where it was hotter than this. Unfortunately, I'm just not used to it at the minute.
I'm standing out in the front street with the front of me cold weather clothing open, flapping it, trying to get back to some sort of normal temperature, i.e. not sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandman comes hurrying out of the room. Fumper, says, "Hey, I told you they were strange people."
Yeah, I think I know what's causing them to look like Herman Munster's love children.
What is it?
They've got a chardlin shard, a big one, in that burner, and I've got a feeling they're doing the things to them not great. I figure we find these kids and then get out of Dodge, because Goblin City quite literally seems safer than this.
Well, I'm going to need a long rest. Get my wound sorted out.
Well, we'll have a word with this, the widow or whatever, the mother, and then it's getting late, so we'll pitch tent up for the night. Have a rest, and then tomorrow we'll go find ourselves some wolves and have a chat. Because apparently they've been bushed as well. So
bushed. I love it.
Is there anything actually wrong in this town? I mean, they must have had deliveries from good meat and nobody said anything. So, is it just the local inbred, pretty southern hick town?
No, this is what that fucking mead does to you after drinking it so much.
This was they're sitting round a chardlin shop. I've got a feeling it's affecting.
Well, unless it starts being derp every third word.
Well, that'll be later, I think.
Right, so 5 minutes or so later, the widow comes up. She looks similar to the others, except she's got like needle sharp teeth.
Oh God!
And more of them, more than perhaps she should have. And she gives you a big smile and she says, "Oh, you be here to help about my kin."
Yeah, what happened?
She says, it was terrible. We got them wolves. We was out of town gathering sticks, and them wolves grabbed hold of them. They were as big as horses. They were, and they ran off with the kids. And they said, if you don't keep bringing food out every couple of days, then they're going to eat my boy and girl.
Talking wolves.
Aye.
Do you know where you take the food to?
Aye, we take it to that copse of trees just outside of the town. That's just above the words the speaker's house on the map.
All right, got you. Okay, thank you. We're going to have a rest because it's getting late, and then in the morning we're going to go and see if we can't help. You have a good night.
I will. I go warm myself by Thrun's brazier. That always makes me feel better. It does.
Oh God.
I think we should pitch the tent near the road to Goodmead.
Far away
from the
yes.
Away from them stones of Thrun.
Holy symbol, like 3 triangles around a circle.
You're not sure. It's not one of the organised religions that you may have heard about in the area.
It's not a radiation.
I've got religion, and I'm proficient in it.
You have not heard of Thrun.
All right, okay.
What, Dave?
No, when she said, I've got religion, I decided to shout, hallelujah, sister.
That area is called Red Waters? Is it because it's red? Or is it just
No, it's just the name of one of the lakes. The Red Waters is almost completely frozen over. It's only a narrow sliver in the centre that's not frozen.
All right, okay.
Well, we'll pitch our tent. We're definitely having watches tonight, boys and girls.
Oh, yes.
Because if I were the wolves and we were in town, I'd kill us.
Well, you'd try.
True.
Right, so you pitch the tent. Where are you going to put the goblins and the mummy? Because the tent only holds 5 people. Unless you're going to get the goblins in with you and get everybody to have one big pile on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep,
We've got to show Willard. I'll turn around to Thumper and say, so these wolves, right? What's the score? Did they meet the same person who made you able to talk as well?
I think so. I talked to them once, but then they chased me and tried to eat me. Apparently, the master, a frost giant, he's a cruel master, and he forces them to do this.
A frost giant.
That's what they said his name was. I didn't hang about too much because they were trying to eat us.
So So, when you got Maid able to talk, what did she tell you had to do for her?
She just said that I had to keep an eye out for local gossip, and if she came past, then I was just to tell her what happened, which is good because I like talking to people because people are fun.
This is true.
This lady here is very fun. Lantesh. I like Lantesh. She smells nice. She smells like carrots, and carrots are nice.
Is there any local gossip that you think we would be interested in?
Any what? Sorry?
Gossip?
No, I mainly try to stay out of the woods. There's not a lot happens in Dougal's Hall. I do know that the people all go to the big house in the middle where it's warm. But I feel I get a funny tummy when I go into town, so I try to stay out of there.
Yeah, I get a bit of a funny tummy in there as well.
But the people in there don't seem to have funny tummies.
No, they probably have quite a few funny tummies. Right.
I wish I could be more help. I do want to be a help.
I think you've been very helpful. I mean, there's only so much you can do. So just giving us information like that has been very helpful. So the wolves are quite violent, you would say.
Well, yeah, they did talk first, though. And I thought, oh, that's somebody to talk to. But there's one of them's nice, but the other one's quite nasty.
So is there only two?
I've only met two, yes.
Do they always come to the same place? Or
I think so, yeah. I think they do.
Well, we'll go and see them tomorrow, but first we better get a good sleep tonight.
So you have a good night's sleep.
Ooh, long rest, all right.
I mean, is it a long rest? That's the question.
Well, I'm using a goblin for a pillow and I have a goblin foot warmer.
I'm just making sure where they've got, I haven't got me back to them. I need to make sure where everything is and everything's in its place. I'm going to curl up next to Aisha because I know that he'll protect us.
Okay. So you all cuddle together. Thumper sort of squeezes in the middle and...
bless him.
You
I kind of like him.
Actually have quite a pleasant night's sleep as I rolled and nothing comes and eats you in the middle of the night, sadly. I do like when things come and eat you in the middle of the night. You get a long rest. Hurrah! Everybody feels much better and healthier.
Well, first thing in the morning, I think we'll best leave the tent here along with the Bob the Goblin and the goblins and the Slednath, and we'll head up to this coppies and have a look around. Mr. Toscobble, let's find us some big wolves to do.
I'll go tracking for wolves.
So you head off and head tracking. But actually, you start to search around, and it doesn't take you very long before two large wolves, like the size of donkeys, short white hair, violent blue eyes, come out of the trees.
I'll look at Sandwin and go, found him.
You're pretty good, you.
One comes out and says, "You bring the food."
No, we've come for
the other one comes out limping on one back leg, and every time he puts it down, he goes, like that.
Are you all right, mate?
This is
where's your foot?
Corin says, "He's such a whelp. The master gives him his daily beating, and he goes on like this."
Your master sounds like a bit of a dick, honest.
Yeah.
I think we had to kill that alpha and get a new alpha.
He says, Garagai controls us. Without him, we would have no food. It's the one that has the children. The whimpering one says, I will take you to him if you can help free me. The other one snaps at him and goes, "Be quiet, fool."
Don't talk to him like that. That's not very nice.
Yeah, did a druid lady with a bush make you able to eat?
Yes.
Oh, God, not that
Have we got a map, Rich?
We don't have a map. You're just outside of Dougal's Hall at the moment.
Did she ask you to do anything in return for the ability to speak?
No, she spoke to Garagi.
Can you take us to Garabi?
Yeah, you should take us to him so we can have a chat with him about the kids. I'm sure he'd be really pleased that you were being sensible and take to him.
The wolf named Kanan, turns to the other one, Corin, who's the aggressive one. He says, "These people might be able to make it so that Garagi doesn't hurt us anymore." And he snapped at him and he says, "Shut up, you fool. Garagi will want to speak to these in any rate." And he says, "I see you, little rabbit." And Thumper, who's hiding behind Lantesh's ankles, like,
And
"See, I told you they were dead scary."
I'll look at him and say, "Don't you dare lay a finger on
I'm so tempted to put a garden bolt through this wolf.
You'll have to go through me to get the Thumper."
Now, let's not get off on the wrong foot, everyone, right? You know, there's a cycle of life, and Thumper isn't exactly at the top of it. So he's allied himself with people who are higher up this chain. That's all. So let's go and see this master of yours, get the kids back. We'll work out a way for everyone to be happy. There's got to be some compromise to be made. Wouldn't that be wonderful? How badly wounded is that leg of yours?
It's just bruised, but it's painful to walk on.
And how did you get this bruise?
My master, he struck me because I did not bring him food fast enough.
Corin, you couldn't have a look at that bruise, could you?
I most certainly could, I said, tugging out my healer's kit.
Okay, so you plug your healer's kit out and have a medicine check from you.
Nice one.
Right, so you pull it out. The wolf pulls back and says, "No, it's all right. I'll if I get treated, the master will beat me." And starts to back away.
Does this alpha wolf start to like have a go at this other wolf or not?
No, he just seems to be snapping at him. You're not sure if it's an alpha thing or if it's a pack thing.
Well, I'll stand in between him and basically put myself out. Let my warhammer, sit down on the side, and I'll just stare this other wolf down.
So he backs off Andy and says, "I don't need you to look at it. It's all right."
Can we tell if he's lying?
Can you tell if he's lying?
Well, I tell you what, I'm pretty sure he's not going to hurt you anymore, right? We're going to persuade him to not hurt you.
Well, all I was going to do, I shall say to this wolf, is just try and take the pain away a little bit. Nobody will be able to say that I've done anything.
Yeah, well, as you look carefully, Dave, you, Aisha, in fact, everybody except Sandman, you notice that the wolf doesn't seem to be limping as badly, and occasionally it'll forget to limp. And Andy, you get close enough before it skitters away, and you can't see any evidence that there's an injury.
I think I get the feeling that he may not be the subservient one. False sense of security, I think that Llewellyn went into.
What did Admiral Akbar say?
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
I think you should let me rub some ointment on that leg.
Kanan snaps a car and says, "Hurry, lead them to the master." And he lopes surprisingly quickly on the three legs. They run forward, maybe 30 feet or so, and then leaving easily followable tracks, and then stop and turn to face you.
Those have got to be the first wolves I've ever met who would rather be in pain.
Yep.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's probably. I'll look at you with like a raised eyebrow with me back to him. He's probably just very proud, and I'll like give the right look, but not one they can see my face.
Aye.
Well, we'll go and talk to their master. I'm sure that'll fix everything.
So they pad off across the frozen tundra, which is what Dougal's Hole seems to be surrounded by. Are you following them at a distance, or?
Yeah,
we'll spread out a bit so we don't get ambushed.
So you follow them for a while, and again you occasionally catch the wolf either forgetting to limp on its bad leg, or it's definitely moving quicker than it should be. And around a couple of hours travel through the snow, you notice a pack of wolves. They seem to be getting quite close. Can I have some nature rolls from you? So much good in the nature rolls.
Wolves usually only travel in single file to mask their numbers.
Yeah.
What wolves?
Yeah. Aisha, you noticed that they appear to be starving, similar to many of the creatures you met. The wolves are starving. The large wolves that you are talking to are not. And Kanan bares his teeth and howls at the approaching pack, who lower their heads and put their tails between their legs and bound off into the distance.
I quietly let the others know us. Oh, we haven't got a druid, have we?
You do not have a druid.
We'll have to go to the druid shop on the way back.
Right. So a further hour's travel, jutting up out of the vast tundra is a towering edifice built entirely of ice. The domed structure is easily 3 times the height and width of any building found in 10 towns. It has three entrances on the east side. The ceilings look as if they go up to about 30 feet. The wolves say, "The master is in the middle." Fumpa says, I think we should go in the middle.
I think we should go in the
middle. This is your map that you see before you.
Fumpa doesn't seem frightened now.
Well, he's not frightened, but he's hiding behind your leg. He seems a lot happier now that he's got you to hide behind.
All right, okay. Just he seemed like quite keen to go and see this fierce one. Just through his.
He says, "Well, I've heard about the giant, but I've never seen them."
Right.
Do not think. And I mean, I wouldn't come here by myself. I really would not. Do not
what
think.
Have you heard about them, Fumpa?
That he's fierce and he is hungry.
Rick?
Yeah.
I'm going to send my bat to fly up really high, have a look round.
Right, so he flies up over the top, and there's a domed ceiling covered in snow over the top. Fumpa goes, "Wow, you've got a pet bat. That is awesome. I have never seen a pet bat before."
So there's no sign of this frost giant?
Not outside. There's just a roof outside.
Right, Is that when you say go in the middle? Is that the bit going off to our right on there?
There's an entrance straight ahead of you, or there's one that's slightly to the north.
Right, lead on Asia. I'll just follow you.
So, what do you do?
I'll follow Asia.
Yeah, you follow Asia, which is who's going where?
I think we're back. Good.
Gracie,
Yes.
lead on.
You need to communicate to me, chaps, not just like move totems and stuff.
I know that I'm just going to follow.
So what are you going to do? Where are you going to head?
I want to head into the middle to see this chap.
Yeah, the middle one, wherever the middle bit is. I'm having trouble understanding where the middle bit is.
Right, so
I
there.
know you said, all right, okay.
That's that. Well, Atlantis is the middle entrance. There's an entrance just to the south of where Atlantis is, but it looks like it's been collapsed either with snow or rocks.
I think we should go in the north end, because if this is a trap, then it's going to get off at the middle.
Yeah, but it's a very elaborate trap. I think it's more sensible just to go and find out what's going on. And we'll die at old age walking around the edges looking for stuff. I mean, there's a big old place.
I'm going in.
I'm coming.
Before I do anything, I'm going to cast a thing's little me
Your
mage armor.
That's fine. You cast your mage armor.
Any chance of EA casting Bless Eye?
No way. I suppose I can do. I'm just trying to work out where everybody's going on them.
Well, I think everybody's going in the middle. I'm not 100% sure.
Moved a little way in.
Yeah, I'm
After
just
I've cast some
slightly
mage armor.
confused because everybody started to the south, but there was nothing on the map. And
Yeah.
they've gone north, and they've gone, oh, there's the entrance to the south.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't think they would have went up north because I was a bit confused where the tunnel bits were. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, I was just fixing an error on the map as we.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so
As long as nothing's actually, there's no combat or anything. It just doesn't matter.
so you head into the thing. The wolves stay outside. Looking ahead into the entrance, passageways choked with ice. Above you, icicles are densely clustered, their points sharp as daggers.
Can we see any tracks or anything?
Oh, let's continue. I'm just going to give Corin a roll with advantage because he's the best tracker,
Right, you.
rather than everybody trying to roll things. So you search for tracks, and there are some wolf tracks, but there don't appear to be anything else outside. Thumper turns to you, Lantesh, looks up, twitches his little nose, and goes, "This is quite exciting. I've never been on an adventure before."
Oh, bless you.
Just keep quiet.
Can I turn around to these wolves and go, I thought you were taking us to meet your master, so why the hanging at the back business?
The limp one says, "We're not allowed in, and without command, he'll beat us."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I think
So
each
get
one
to
of
the
them-
front.
I think that each one of my party, maybe we should the wolves now.
I think we should go and see the guy and then see if we do. There's definitely some duplicity happening here, though.
I get the feeling we're the food and they're just herding we're in, but that's my spidey senses tingling.
I have a tendency to think if someone tries that, we're going to see in their throat.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what do you do?
Go and have a look further in.
Right, so striding ahead, you realise that the ice crackles and crunches under your feet quite loudly, and it echoes down the tunnel.
I could always use Zone of Truth again. See if they're leading us into a trap.
I think we should just go and trap.
You love trap, don't you?
I thought that the blue thing, is that the tunnel and is the bit on the sides the snow? Because I'm a bit confused.
It's an ice effect, I think.
It's a nice
Oh, is
effect,
it?
yeah, on the floor.
All right, okay.
Yeah, this
I
whole
thought
place
the tunnel
is
narrowed.
surrounded. Whole place is surrounded by and covered in ice, and it looks like it's definitely worked. The stone. So you crunch ahead. I don't know how far you can see. You can just see ahead, Samwin and Lantesh, that is opening up into a larger chamber, right at the limit of your vision.
Oh, good.
Crunch, crunch, crunch as you snap your way through the. So you approach a larger chamber and look inside. Thumper hops forward and
He'll regret that.
he shouts, "No, Sue! No, Sue! I lured him into the trap like you said I was supposed to." And then he looks at Lantesh and goes, "Oh, was I supposed to use my inside voice with that one?" And
I'll turn around and go, I think so.
the oval chamber with high walls of glittering ice resembles a sculpture. The frozen, hacked-up corpse of a frost giant lies on the floor, entombed in translucent ice, and looming next to it is a woolly mammoth. Not far from the mammoth is carved from a single block of ice a giant-sized throne atop a circular dais. Chiseled into the throne is a large rune. The mammoth turns to you and shouts with hate in its eyes, "You ought to blame for this!" and then lowers its head and begins to charge.
Well, if I can target it, I'm going to cast a chromatic orb on it.
Right, well, okay. I need a rabbit, don't I? Because Fump is like...
Yeah.
Pump is getting turned into zippers.
Slipper.
There he
You
is.
made a
An
rabbit.
awakened hare. Bumper. Oh,
Lovely.
look at his little cute nose and his little
Yes, I'm
twitchy
targeting
ears.
his little cute nose.
Let's roll for some initiatives as the mammoth blames you for something and charges.
I'll have a chat with it while we're blowing it up.
Did you get that check there? That's weird.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, that was great. Let's have some. I do love the way you can roll. Particularly good for people who have. Oh, go to hell. So the mammoth lowers its head to charge and then stands still while Corin goes first.
Right. Well, unfortunately, for several beasties, I can't actually say the mammoth.
Because you're a
However-
blind little halfling.
However, I can say some white, very duplicitous little shite with long ears.
That is
Good
true.
try, Fumba.
Yep, pretty much.
He says,
He
how
was a
could you?
really bad.
We were on an adventure together.
Aye.
Blow 'em
let's say.
apart.
His name's
Bonus action.
Benny.
Tosser's mark.
He says, that's interesting. What's this mark? Is it magic? This looks great.
Yeah, it is.
Stand there and watch.
You duplicitous little shite.
Crit on the rabbit.
Oh,
Split.
Right, so how do you kill poor Fumper, who has this betrayed look in his eyes? As
Stay up
the
the arse, Andy. Stay up the arse.
No. He's obviously looking around going, what's this mark on me? What's this mark on me? And the arrow hits him right between the eyes.
and they're doing his best Watership Down impression. He looks just a little betrayed and then falls over dead.
That's the funniest film ever made.
Lantesh, you are up next. You see before you a really angry little mammoth.
Right, I step 5 feet forward and cast Tasha's on him.
Oh, I hope this lands.
It saves.
What?
Oh,
That is not funny.
Right, and I'll step back with 20 feet with the rest of me movement.
Okay.
Can you just tell us which way the mammoth is?
she could see it from where she was standing.
This is great. Is that yours?
It's a. If you step to the entrance of the cave, he's about 40 feet further in.
That is your turn, Lantesh. Bairn, it's your turn. What do you wish?
I move there.
Very well.
There's the fucker.
I cast a chromatic orb on him.
Okay. You cast Chromatic Orb. Choo! You miss. Quite rattled, obviously, by the sight of a large angry mammoth and a small dead rabbit.
And then I'll move back about 10 feet.
Okay.
Oh, what am I going to do next?
As do I.
I think
So,
we could do with a bless intent.
that is your turn. Isha.
I will move west to engage because at the minute I can't see anything
Yeah. So, running forward.
and I still can't see anything, so I'll move forward again.
I love that.
And I still can't see anything. Okay, I will move northwest. See if I can get a little bit on the ridge. Now I can see in the big mouth. Let's just check the distance. 35. Ooh, I cast Guiding Bolt.
You hit. You've rolled twice.
Oh, shit. Okay, take the first one. Sorry.
Right. Right. So he howls. So you can apply the effect to him. He howls as you blast him with Guiding Bolt. Is that your turn? Are you done? Gracie?
Yes, mate.
Are you finished your turn there?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I'll say, tell us what's our fault,
Sandman.
and I'm going to then hit him with Scorching Ray. But I'm going to ask him, what have we done to deserve this?
You killed him. You can see that the giant figure on the floor that's frozen in the ice has literally got sword marks and axe marks and burn marks.
Not us, sorry, mate. Right, I'll burn Scorching Ray.
Dave, as you were whispering to the party, you also remember you heard that whispering. You hit nice. You hit again, blasting them 3 times. 3 hits. Look at all those hits. Bam, 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 bam.
And then I'm moving.
Burning away part of his fur.
This wasn't us, I'll say as I back up.
I'm just going to delete.
What was about that whispering?
Where every time you use telepathy, you hear it whispering just at the edge of your sense.
All right.
Because Icewind Dale isn't fucked up enough. I'm just removing an NPC from right, so it is Norsu's turn. Norsu lowers his head and charges, easily reaching Isha.
Yep.
And trampling charge. Make a go attack and then do the trampling charge. Yeah, right. Go attack first. Oh shit!
Oh, no.
Oh, Horlicks.
God.
Right, he's lost an eye and he goes down instantly. I guess I don't need to make that saving throw against your being prone, do I?
Oh, Isha, no.
No, Sue. Looks
You bastard! You killed my friend.
round
Ain't dead
2.
yet.
Corin.
Right, first job, bonus action, move the old tosser's mark.
Seems sensible.
Onto that hairy little arsehole. And then I think we'd better... Hang on a minute. No, right, yes. Ara.
It's a hit. He doesn't seem terribly hard to hit as he's huge. Right, there you go.
Now,
He takes a
hang
bit of
on.
damage.
What's that deactivated, Rich?
That's your Colossus Slayer, your extra D8 damage. It's only on 1 attack per turn. So it turns off and then it'll turn back on next turn.
Got you. It's all right. Yes, I'm with you. Right, hang on. A bit of movement, I think.
Right.
There.
Norsu's tusks are splattered with Aisha's blood.
You know, when I went that way, any chance I can scoot up Thumper as I go past?
Yeah, sure.
Champion.
On you, mate.
That is your turn, Lantesh.
Yeah.
Right,
You just watched Aisha get one-shotted.
I know, tears are coming down my face, right? I reach into my bag and I pull out this little fur ball and I throw it in the direction of
Yes.
the bad guy.
I have the chart right here.
Go on. I'm dying to see what happens.
And we get
A couple of red dragons wouldn't go amiss.
a giant badger.
Hell?
It's a snake. No, wait, no, it's badger.
It's a badger.
A giant
Badger
badger appears. I'll roll initiative for him.
As if badge might
He gets a 13. Right, so you've done that. All right, is there anything
And I
else?
move there.
Kill my badger friend. Kill.
Next up is the badger. It's a fear badger, so it's not just a normal badger. It's slightly sparkly in any way you want, and it attempts to bite Norsu, which it misses. Baron, yours next.
Rightly.
I'm going to check that out because I dragged the wrong one. So I'm an idiot, sorry. It's a giant badger, not a normal badger. But Baron, do your turn.
I'll do another chromatic orb on this mammoth.
Okay. I'm just changing that to a giant badger, Tracy, because I'm an idiot and I will re-roll his attack roll because I did the wrong one. Yeah, you do 17 damage. Norsu does not look impressed. And,
Well,
then,
17 like
and then what do you do?
I just move back.
Right, okay. Well, good turn. Giant badger. You will see how big a giant badger is. A little bit bigger. Oh, he's got multi-attack. So he gets bite, hits, doing 7 damage. Then he claws. He hits. And does quite a lot of slashing damage as well. Right, he claws at Norsu. So next up is Aisha, who is unconscious on the floor. Simon, it is your turn.
Right, I will move and Scorching Rime as I'm running towards him. I want to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm literally rushing towards him with my hand out, blasting him with Scorching Rays.
Okay, you
What's with the wands?
What? Oh, shit, Rick. It's
Yeah.
posed at disadvantage.
Yeah,
because
'cause
I'm in
you-
range
you-
when I've cast. Sorry.
Yeah, because you basically do a move action or you do your attack action. So you did your move first and then did your attack action
you're right.
afterwards.
You're right.
So you should have done your attacks first and then do your move action.
I'll say to him, we didn't kill him.
You look into his eyes and he seems absolutely crazed. He also looks 3/4 starved.
Kill him.
So you move up close to him.
I know, a mistake was made.
It's all right because he's going to give you a free attack as he moves 20 feet back. So you get an attack of opportunity using your
Excellent.
fist or whatever.
No, I'll use my dagger.
Well, you're holding your wand, aren't you? Because you were shooting at him.
Oh, yeah, I
Or
will.
just a fist attack.
I will punch him with my fist.
And then he
In
turns.
the eye.
You aim at his eye, hit,
In the eye.
and do
boom.
your whole point damage or whatever.
I pressed it. It didn't seem to do anything.
Norsu
There you go.
bellows. You do 1 point of damage to him. Right, he's moved 20 feet away. Then he turns because then he needs 20 feet to do his charge attack again.
Oh no!
He charges at you, El, and does a trampling charge. He has to make a gore attack.
Richard, is the badger not getting attack of
He
opportunity?
hit. I think the badger was still within 5 feet because he moved within, and then he hits Earl. So you need to take some damage first, and
That
then
really hurt.
you fail, and you are now prone as he looms over you, raises his elephant foot above your head. Sadly, doesn't have multi-attack, so he can't squash it on the next turn. Right, so you hear the howling of 2 wolves from outside.
Watch your back.
As bounding in, holy shit, they've got a ridiculous move. Bounding in, one bounds up behind you, Tracy, Corin, and breathes on you.
You've got bad breath, mate.
15-foot cone. I think it might hit Dave as well. Yeah, so it hits both. Yeah, that is his turn. Corin, it is your turn.
Right.
Kill it. Sorry.
Well, it seems to be a reasonable sort of situation, doesn't it? So I think under the circumstances, Right, wait a minute, I need to move, don't I? Right, here we go, that'll do.
Oh shit! I should have used something with that cone effect. Ugh.
That wolf has breathed icy
Yeah.
cold all over you.
Yeah, but I've got shields. I could have used that as a reaction.
Yeah, that would only work on to hit rolls. That was a save.
All right, okay.
Rich, that breath weapon the wolf's got, is that classed as radiant damage?
No.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Lantesh. Throw more animals, Tracy. Throw all of the animals.
Right.
Has he got his mouth open, Rich?
Will I be at a disadvantage to cast a spell?
If it's got it to hit roll, yes. If it's a save, no. This wolf is the more aggressive of the two.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay. So, remember to do that? You pick the damage up and right click it once. And what are you casting it at?
Wolf, sorry, I couldn't press my mouse button to speak. 8.
Yeah, it looks barely injured. Are you doing anything for the rest of your turn?
Yes, I'm going to move. I know it's going to get attack of opportunity, but I'm going to move.
Yeah, it snaps at your hamstring. Corin. Where are you, Corin? Corin
there.
So it snaps at you with a bite.
Because if not, it's going to use its breath weapon again.
It misses.
Or it could, so yeah.
As you run over to there.
We need to get it. I'll shout, somebody heal Aisha, because I don't have any healing magic.
Ben.
I'm going to whack it with my Warhammer, doing the axe surgeon second wind.
Okay, so roll them whichever order you like. Remember, you'll have to roll a hit and then damage, and then hit and then damage, because otherwise you'll skip it. Sit, bang, you hit, doing 6 bludgeoning damage, and then you acting surge.
Fuck.
Indeed.
Second wind.
Okay, so you heal yourself a little bit. Excellent. Okay. So, Aisha. Giant Badger.
Well, I guess I'll have to
I wish
try
I
and
could heal
stand
you,
up.
Aisha.
Yeah, you can't do now. You're making death saving throws, mate.
Well, there's no point in doing anything, is there? Apart from make this stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much you. Badger hits. Badger claws. Misses. Could have done like that. Sandwich.
Okay, I have to do this. I don't have any other choice. Everything has to die. I'll start with him. I'm going to make...
What are you doing? Because you're like, if you could tell us.
I'm twin casting Scorching Ray. I know I'm going to get disadvantage because I'm melee, but I can hit both of them, which might be the only
That's
way
cool.
out.
Okay, so remember, do one ray at a time.
Right, I'm going to untarget Corin first.
Okay.
But will you get disadvantage for being
The other one
above?
Yes.
No, all right.
Oh, yeah. Will I?
You will.
Oh, okay.
You will, because you're actually actively trying to dodge this mammoth. You're lying on the floor, remember?
Right.
And the mammoth is about to stamp on your head. Oh, you dropped a 20. Oh, no.
Oh, wrong dice.
Oh, right. Well, hang on. Before you start rolling, I need to remove
You need
the
to
damage.
take 10 off. Sorry, darling.
There you go. Okay, you hit. Oh, automatic miss. Okay, you blast away. It's a hit on Corin. Big hit. He's hurt.
Nice.
Okay. He's wounded.
I'm under his foot.
Yes.
And if I
prone.
move, you'll get an attack of opportunity.
He's an advantage if you don't stand up, which is half your move.
I'm going to use half a move to stand up.
Very good. Sensible.
And I'm going to try something. Hang on, right? Are you ready for silliness?
Oh no, what are you going to do? You've got to move around him.
Yeah.
Right, remember that. Moving through
cancel that movement.
Yeah, moving through people is difficult terrain. That includes the giant badger. Who looks at you as you try to stand his 10. He's like, really? Dude, really?
Does that include Bracy, though, because he's on the floor?
No, you can step over Brissy.
There you go. There's me move.
But you can't get past him because
shit, he's
huge, man. Look at the size of the red squares. That's the size of him. He's up against the wall.
I'll step there then and be the centre of attention. Rich, I'll turn around and look at Bracy and go, Tempest, if you're about, you better get your ass down here and give that lad a hand.
No, so what he misses as he attempted.
Oh, he's going to kill me.
Shit. He can't charge you, so he's just going to go.
What's a go?
That's the one he's doing that's doing 48 plus 7 damage. Right, he swings his tusk and misses. He misses.
Thank God for that.
Corin's cold breath doesn't recharge. He can, however, run forward. Who should he go for? Because there's so many tasty injured people. Obviously a caster, because he's not going to go for the armoured guy. So 1 to 3 Earl and 4 to 6 Lantesh.
I'll turn around and say bit.
Do you want him to attack you?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, right, he charges at you then. Because you're the mouthy one anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, plus he'll be getting himself right in the way his charge.
So he runs up and bites you, Earl. Who's a bitch?
Your mother?
Well, that's true, I suppose. I mean, technically speaking. That's technically
No!
hits.
Bye.
No.
I'm down.
L goes down, and your effect is prone. I don't even need to roll. Okay, so you've got a festering wound and a bad. Corin,
Jesus, what's happening?
if I might make a suggestion, you need to focus fire down mobs. You should magic missile the wolf, and you would have probably done better shooting at the mammoth. You've now got 2 injured mobs instead of 1 dead one.
Right. Well, we'd better do
20 points of damage. Nosu is looking badly hurt.
right. And I'm going to.
Okay.
That'll do, mate.
Lantesh.
You the man. Sorry, did I say that out in my note?
Kill the wabbit.
The rabbit's
Right,
dead,
I'm
and he
gonna
shot
move-
it through the head.
Done
Move
that.
there, and I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on the mammoth.
You have to hit with Scorching Ray, remember?
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Then I've got another 10 feet to there.
It's not that. It's just that.
So I'll
it's,
be
it's,
negative.
it's shit or bust. If you really should do
Oh,
something
right,
where you
okay.
can't miss.
Right.
You don't
okay.
want to risk missing.
I'll magic missile.
At what level?
How injured does it look?
Really bad.
Go all out on it.
Level 2. I'm running out of spell slot.
I know. Awesome, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, you blast Norsu, and he falls to the ground dead.
And I'll tell the badger to attack the wolf.
Okay. So you say badger.
Badger.
Attack the wolf.
Kill
that your-
my
is that your
badger
turn?
minion.
Get the dog!
Ben.
I'm going to burn and hold.
Okay. Oh, full damage. It yelps as it takes damage. And is that your turn, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Aisha. Yeah. Oh.
Aye.
Right. Okay. Giant badger runs over and attacks said wolf.
Will he get flanking?
How far can he move? 30 feet. Yes, he can get flanking.
Good lad.
Let's see if it does automatically. He should do. I've got the mod that does auto flank. No. Well, he hits anyway. His claws. Slashing the claws, it yelps. And it's alt for flanking.
No.
It shouldn't have got disadvantage. Oh, I held the wrong one down. Should have got advantage. So it does hit with the bite. And it nips at the underside of Corin, who's now looking heavily in. Sandman is rolling a death saving throw.
I'll bleed and whimper.
Oh dear. You, Dave, you hear Corin breathe in, and you see frost crystals forming around his breath as he begins to breathe. Now, will he go for the badger who's just nipped him in the nuts is the question. He doesn't want to attack the heavily armoured guy. I'm going to say breathe on the badger. That's what you get, biting wolf in the nut. Right, that was on the wrong target. Badger fails, takes a whole shitload of damage, and dies.
No, not the badger.
Have we got any healing without Ace here?
Yeah.
Corin.
Yeah, just give us a minute.
I know I was just starting to panic at this point.
Oh, and Corin shouts, "For God's sake, Kenan, get in here, you damn coward!" Corin, it is your turn.
Right, I need to move first.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll put an arrow right in Ben's luggle.
Very true.
And I need to move Toss's mark.
You do.
Right. And then I need to put an arrow in that wolf.
You do.
Not.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
Indeed.
No, unfortunately, that's mate.
Okay, Lantesh.
Is there any way I can do a medical check on Aisha just to try and stabilise
Yes,
him
you can run over and do a medicine check, and you need a DC 10, and if you succeed, he's stabilised.
Right, I'll do that then.
So, okay.
5. So I'll be able to get to him from there, won't I? Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Let's have a medicine check. DC
Fingers crossed.
DC 10, stabilise, heals. Okay, Ben, your turn.
I'll give him another burning hand.
Excellent news. Takes half damage. Right. He is heavily injured. Anything else, Dave?
Now, else I can do?
Can you not do a medicine check with
No, he's
a bonus
he's
action?
attacked.
All right, okay.
Unless can I cast a cantrip as a bonus action?
No, it's the other way around. Right, so that makes it Aisha dies.
Fuck.
Kenan hasn't appeared yet. Salmon, okay. Badger is dead. Corin turns to you, Dave, and he snaps at you with his bite. He hits. Are you shielding as a reaction?
Yeah.
What's your AC?
AC is normally 18, so with the extra 5, it'd be 23.
Shit, he still just hits Dave. Oh man, I've got salmon fucking targeted, haven't I? Bloody hell. What you need is a barbarian. Dave, you're heavily injured. Corin.
Right, I should just have to put another arrow in this wolf. Oh, you're fucking joking.
Lantesh. Are you moving or doing anything else?
No, I'll stop where I am.
Lantesh.
Worth.
Right, I'm going to move up towards Sanwin and do a medicine check.
Very good.
Oh, fuck.
Someone does not stabilize. Do you not have a potion of healing you can apply to him?
I don't have any healing because
Oh, is there none for sale anywhere? Ben.
I don't have that much money really on us.
Can you catch?
I'll try.
Oh, fuck yeah. As a bonus action, can I throw past that amulet of Revivify to Lantes so she can use on 8?
That's bound to you, Dave.
All right.
Right, so Ben,
can I use it
you have
as
missed. Yeah, you can do that if you want.
As a bonus action on Aisha,
I'll allow it, yeah.
I use a Revivify on Aisha.
Right, so Dave pulls out the little mouse skull and presses it to Aisha. Aisha, you come back to life with 1 hit point.
Oh, thank you.
And a couple of big teeth.
Your 1 res is now used, Dave. Aisha, it's your turn. You're lying prone on the floor, and you've just come back to life with 1 hit point.
Stay down.
I will heal myself.
Okay, I'm just going to drop a prone on you. You cast a level 1 heal.
Yep.
Okay, and then what's your bonus action? What are you doing with your main action? And also, you can stand up if you want.
Stand up and whack that wolf.
If I'm looking over, like, up from where I'm lying, can I see the wolf as it's, like, straight behind us?
You can see the wolf because Earl's lying down on the floor.
Right. Oh. Can I get a cast off on the wolf?
Yep.
Oh, hang on. Ooh. Actually, no, I will cast another healer word on Earl.
You can't because it's a cast in time of a bonus action. So you need to cast. You can cast a spell.
Oh, that's shit.
You can't cast 2 spells, and that's what Earl does because he's a sorcerer. If you had another heal that's a cast in time of an action, you can cast that.
Oh, how many hit points is Earl on? 0?
Earl is bleeding out. He's dying.
I cast Spare the Dying on Earl.
Okay, place the effect on Earl, and he's stabilized.
There we go.
Earl is stabilized. Hurrah! Okay, Kanan has not appeared, and Corin seems very annoyed about it. Kanan's the one that was feigning being beaten up. Giant Badger is dead. We moved Giant Badger. Sanwin, oh crap. It didn't roll. All right, it didn't roll death saving throw because he is right. So goes to bite you, Dave. Fuck, says the wolf. Corin.
I say to the wolf, I know how you feel.
Corin fires. You hit 18 damage. Corin is now limping, and it looks like he may be on his last leg. Landish.
Cast magic missile at level 1 at it.
You cast magic missile. Pew 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 pew. Right, you blast it, and Corin falls dead to the floor. We're out of combat as the other wolf has not appeared.
A sensible wolf.
So you get 1 round to do something, and then we'll call it a night.
I'll bleed and whimper.
What do you
I'll
want to
just
do?
whimper.
Right, I want to go over and bind Aisha's wounds with the medical kit.
Okay, so you'll have to manually tick off the use yourself, but target them and you should have a heal.
Not a problem. Right.
Well, are you going to bind everybody's wounds?
Well, basically, yes.
So I'll let you do that roll on everybody so we don't forget next week.
Right.
While Andy bandages them, you've only got a few seconds, maybe 20, 30 seconds. What are you doing?
Right, hold on.
What are the rest of you doing?
Can we hear anything coming from either other end of the tunnel or the area?
Not at the moment.
A minute.
We'll shout at the other wolf's name. Are you coming in? Because your mate, the mammoth and your mate's dead. Only you left now.
So are you trying to get him to come and attack you?
I'm trying to frighten them.
Intimidate him.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right, okay, well I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you an open intimidate check there. See how that goes. Not great. I'm not gonna lie. Not great. So as Corin